You believe that I can just talk like this the entire time? I'm practicing for when I have a stroke. He got concerned and stood up. Hello, boys and boys! Somebody left because I was doing that. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that boy. Look at that smile. Fuck all you guys. I got a dog. Hello. 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 Good on ya.
Top of the evening to you. I'm not Jacksepticeye. I'm Dobby the house elf. Master gave Dobby a sock that can stand on its own. It was disgusting, but at least Dobby's free. But at what cost? Dobby is a free elf.
Rocky, tell everybody how many times you pooped today. That was one. Yep, you pooped once. Keep going. 4 times. That's right. He pooped 4 times. Look at that nose. Look at that schnoz. Look at that schnoz. He hates when I clean the boogers out of his eyes, and he started to do this head tilt thing. Yeah, there he's got a tick because he's got Tourette's.
Thank you, sir.
You can also drop it down there, sir. Kinda turn it into a pirate, you know? Yeah, we've been on the boat for a long time. I'm sorry, it's a ship, not a boat. A boat is what your mother has. A ship. Now a ship has got a big old cock on it. Hello? This is my dog. Dude, he was standing earlier today with this weird stance when he was sitting on the couch, like he had squatted out, like he had squatted his shoulders, like he'd squared himself up. And when he did that earlier, dude, he looked like he was 400 pounds of muscle. Scared the living shit out of me. So we have one more piece of chicken for him. And I want to know whether or not he deserves it. So you, the audience, has to decide. Does my boy get this dried piece of chicken? Hey, Rocky, wait, sit. Look here. Does he deserve the chicken? Of course he deserves a fucking chicken. What are you, crazy? Good boy. Give him the chimkin. So, all right, I did. I gave him the chimkin. Wonder if anybody called me today. Yep, people called me today. Just making sure I wasn't doxing the shit out of myself. Oops, shit. My fire department called me. Probably because of that barbecue I was having illegally inside of my bathroom. Young change. No. You don't have the decency to say hi? Bye-bye. Sorry, buddy. You ate them all. He's eating a peanut butter cookie. I'd lie and say it was a dog peanut butter cookie, but I'm not an asshole. Also, then I'd have to say I was eating a peanut butter cookie for a dog. So, anybody else on here that does live streams? I read a statistic saying I should be live streaming for like 4 to 6 hours, man. Hey, Cheryl, if you're watching, that's for you, bud. Not even touching it. Not even close, Rock. YouTube. Look, I can't even touch that phone from here. Isn't that pretty? No! Yeah, it's a good-looking gun. If they would just take off that TTI combat bullshit. Yeah, slightly different mix-up. I was putting them out and decided to switch it up a little bit. I got a couple of Stainies up there. I should have put that one up there, too. It would have been like 3 poly... But that's my best fucking gun. And the funny thing is, it's not my most expensive gun. Yeah, but here's the other thing. What if I did like late night, like ASMR style Twitch streaming where I'm just like keycard farming in VR games and shit? Hey, Air Max, what's up? By the way, if anything on the wall is catching people's eyes, you can always email me. And I will tell you everything about them. Shit, I'm here anyways. Yeah. Well, I might start doing it on Monday just to try it again. So, a lot of you don't know that when I first started live streaming, I started by doing like 3.5 hours twice a week. And then I went to 6 hours 3 times a week. And then I went to like 2 hours 3 times a week. I'm doing 2 hours every day. So I think what needs to happen, yes, that's a sloth. That's a sloth, that's a sloth, that's a sloth, and that's a sloth. I like sloths. I'm not going to make it my channel thing, though. Just remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Also, that looks like he's high on grass. Right. So, me and my friends, right, we was sitting around, and one of them was like, "Hey man, have you ever tried eucalyptus?" And I was like, "No, I can't say I ever had eucalyptus, Gary." Yes, right. My name's Gary, but anyway, I was having me some eucalyptus leaves, and I got tired. And I went to bed. That's a terrible story, Gary. Yeah. So anyways, back to the guns. Got the Night Stalker and the Canik TTI in the PC case because that's where you put guns. The SSD and a couple beep beep. That's Greg. That's Gary. In case you didn't know. Got the Arex Ralpha right there. Boom, 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 boom. We've got the Fusion XF Pro. Nice gun. Daria DY9. You have any Wilson stuff? Not that I'm willing to part with. Rock Island 5.0E. Got a SIG 320 M17 full custom edition. Get out of the trash, dude. Don't be a trash panda. Don't be that guy. Here, you want a milk bone, dude? Do I give the dog a milk bone? Give the dog a milk bone. Yeah, I've got a Beretta, Wilson Combat Beretta. I don't like it, though. It's not as good as a Langdon Tactical, in my opinion. Real as fuck, you better be registered, bud. No, if I was registered, then that would have mean I was a diaper sniper, and we don't do that shit here on the Jimmini Show. If you're talking about gun ownership, I live in a free state, so I don't have to register shit. Benelli M2 24-inch. I'm waiting for my buddy to get back in town. I think he gets back in town this weekend, and I'm going to do the trade with him, especially since Virginia has private sales again. Heat Seeker chassis, Sharps Brothers. Funny enough, just as we go red. Heat Seeker chassis, 1022 with the bull barrel. SIG 365 fuse. That's going to go away, I think. I don't even use it. No Langdon stuff. Hey, it's Olight sending you their new green SE. It's debuting today and pre-order only for $49 with the release date of whatchafuckit. Wait, my SE's... Oh yeah, this is a red one. I didn't do that. Didn't touch anything, YouTube. Watch the live end over that. Well, I guess unless you do something, then you will get in trouble just saying. Just saying what, dude? That sentence doesn't make sense, brother. Help me understand what you're saying. Chris Finks, SDP Compact Alpha. I have an FFL license too, dude. I don't fuck around with anything, dude. I got suppressors. That's registered. But here's the funny thing, right? Here's the thing a lot of people don't understand. People say, oh, I'm not going to get anything class 3 because if I get anything like a suppressor or a full auto, I don't know why, Gary. I don't know why people sound like that when they're trying to tell you things that are bullshit. But if you have a class 3, the ATF can just come into your home and check every gun you have. No, they can't. If the ATF shows up to my place of business or my home, and says, we have a warrant to see your suppressor, Literally, all I have to do is show them that suppressor. They cannot look around my house. They cannot look at anything, dude. Automatically like the stream. Thank you. Thought on Arex. Fucking love them, dude. That's the Arex Alpha right there. Although I kind of want to get rid of it because of Gen 2. But, whatever. What high price guns do you sell the most? Usually my own private ones. But in terms of brand, honestly, I can't really say I did a whole lot of like new gun stuff. I sold a bunch of Glocks. They're overpriced stuff. Thumbs up, thank you. Do I like the Colt 45? I like 1911s. I don't particularly have to be a Colt guy. I like Springfield. I like Gerson. I like Rock Island. I like Para Ordnance. Para Ordnance is actually my favorite 1911 manufacturer, but they're out of business, so they don't sell shit anymore. Gun laws in Cali suck ass. Yep. How's the channel? New to the channel. Thanks, brother. Yeah, they all good. Out of all the 2011s, what do you like the most? Sorry, it's a restarted question, man. So if we're talking about out of the box, like just run and gun, pick it up and go, that's probably my better one, even though it's just a basic T-Sauce BR9. But again, I don't have any $4,000 or $5,000 Hayes Customs guns like that. And if anybody types staccato, I swear to God, you're getting an 86,000 second timeout. But in terms of the guns I own, right, for dead stock, out of the box without being customized, probably that T-Sauce followed by the Rock Island. And I know what you're going to say. That's not a 2011. It's a 1911. Yeah, it is a 1911, but it's a fucking double stack. So Para Ordnance was the originator of the double stack 1911. And then STI took it and made a removable grip module, which then created the 2011. So Para Ordnance double stack 1911s are the daddy. That's the uncle. But yeah, in terms of my customized ones, this Gerson is probably the best 2011 I own, and I would put it up against an XC today, tomorrow, last week, anytime since I customized it. It's got a 1.9 pound trigger, 1 pound 9 ounce, excuse me. It's got full Wilson internals. It's got a full stipple job. It's got a nice bluing on the slide that's gotten scratched because I actually use my fucking guns. It's got the same bluing as that. You see how it's actually polished on the sides and dull on the inner flats? That is a look that Colt actually originated, and I wanted the same look. So this is the Influencer X. I did the same thing with this gun. What I did was I took it completely apart, and I had tailors re-blue the entire gun after I polished it a bit. I could have done a better polishing on the metal, honestly. You can see a bit of fog in it because I didn't make it a mirror polish before the bluing. But yeah, that gun, that look is fucking sweet. That has an aluminum frame, so I couldn't do it to the frame on that gun. It's a nice one. Do you have any doubles of guns? I mean, I got doubles from companies. Like, that's a Springfield 1911 right there. And that is a Springfield 1911 operator right there. So that's the Target stainless. That's the operator. But in terms of like pure copies of like identical gun, no. The closest I have, I've got like 7 Glocks, and they're all the same fucking gun, but they're all custom. So the PX9 Duty Comp is up on the wall tonight. You've got the Dan Wesson DWX. The Rock Island is nice, dude. And it was factory cut, and as a dealer, as an FFL, I was able to buy the gun for $500. So, yeah. Not a big fan of the smaller 1911s. If you're referring to the 380 1911s, it actually changes the grip angle. If you're talking about like a small commander size, I don't like those either. I don't get people with more than one Glock, man. I keep getting one Glock for the zombie times, but still. No. So I've got a 17, a 34, a 41... 41, 40, no, I got a 40, excuse me, 10 mil long slide. I've got a 17L, I've got a 35 and a 32 and a 43 and a 43X. I think that's all of them. And 48. I'll have to break them out one of these days. Do I like the 10 mil? 10 mil is fine, man. I don't really prefer a caliber of any sort over anything. You got a good deal on that one. Yeah, because it was already optics cut. And Unfortunately, when they shipped it to me, apparently the original release of this gun used a Crimson Trace light optic on it. That was a plastic body with no controls on it. Well, that broke in shipping because I guess when it came into the country, customs must have taken it out of the box, out of the bag, and then when they put it back, they set it on top of the bag inside of the box, so the optic got crushed. So Rock Island, man, they stepped up. They sent me a brand new optic for it, and it's their newer version of it. It's a good little optic. I can't remember which company it was. I think it was like an ADE, so it's like an Amazon brand, but it's more expensive, or a Gideon, I can't remember. You got plenty of other optic stuff, so it makes sense, but I know guys who got nothing but Glocks. Why? Look, I've said it before. I hate Glock as a company. I think their guns are massively overpriced. If they would sell the guns for $300, I probably wouldn't say anything bad about them. But then they sit there and they think that their guns are worth $700, $750 for some of their higher end ones. Like a Glock 34 MOS was like a $739 gun for no fucking reason. A Glock 34 is a Glock 19 that took a Viagra, you know? It's exactly the same fucking gun in my opinion. That's Milo, that's Shiloh, by the way. Well, here's the deal, right? I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit. You can drop too much money customizing a gun, and that is fucking proof of it. So, thank you to Sharps Brothers. Your frames change these guns absolutely 100% completely and make them guns that I've kept. That being said, buying that gun at the price I did made that frame make more sense because you can buy the RXM, which is optics cut. You can get them threaded barrel for $40 more, but you can buy them optics cut for like $425 street. I paid $350 as a dealer. So I have $350 into that. And let's say I bought that frame at full price. I'd have $350 into that. So I would have $650 into an all metal Glock 19 with an optics cut. When you look at a Glock 19 with an optics cut, Gen 5, they are $589. No, excuse me, they're $619 with an optics cut. So it's damn near the same price as a Glock 19, but you get a metal frame. Now, adding the Jimmini trigger and a $450 Holosun doesn't make any sense either. But it made a good gun. But again, if you look at it from the side of that gun is now a $1,300 Glock 19, why would you spend $1,300 on that when you can spend $1,300 on like that or a 2011 or the XF or XP Pro, which comes in at like $1,050 or some shit? You know, when a CZ75, even as it's massively overpriced, is $899, these guns will kick the shit out of a Glock 19. That gun at $529 is a comped optics cut, massively better trigger, better ergos, and like I said, it's like $520, so it's over $100 cheaper than a Glock 19X, and it's got a way better trigger. You know what I mean? Sometimes we got to make stupid choices. The only reason I made stupid choices is because the only thing I paid for was the original gun. Oh yeah, I paid for the trigger. So it's got the Jimmini 3.5 pound trigger, which is silly because I should have put it with, what other gun do I have up here with red triggers? I should have done Red Trigger Day. I should have put it up there with that one. The Night Stalker with the red trigger. And the XF Pro has a red trigger, but it's not reset. Please hold. Don't look at the reflection. Look at Milo. Just look at Milo. Don't worry about anything else. Just... Glock 19 cost me $1,500. It's done, but the process was interesting for my first gun build. Will I do it again? Fuck no. I will say that I paid for every customization that I did to all my other Glocks because that was before I was able to get anything shipped from manufacturers. Yeah, I should have had that up there with the other colored triggers. I was about to say something very bad. But yeah, I agree, man. Friends don't let friends buy Glocks. Coming in and asking to be made a mod when I don't know who the fuck you are, gets you banned. I still got to finish those out. Drunk Mouse made those for me. And they are pretty damn nice little frames that he 3D printed. That one was going to go on my Staccato, my C2, but I never I sold the C2 well before I got that, so now I'm saving my coin for a 2011. Then I can relax. No such thing, dude. As soon as you buy your 2011, you're gonna be like, fuck, I need a different 2011. Like, there's no reason for me to have that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. But I do. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one is missing? All right, if you're one of my friends watching this, which one of you has my other 2011? And which one is it? Jacob, if you're watching this, man, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm missing one of my 2011s. Anyway, is that a SIG with the wooden grip? No, that is the Springfield Echelon. Oh, if you're talking about that, that's a Springfield. But that's the Springfield Echelon. Real guns, brother. Hey, Joe, you have a good birthday. Rocky doing well. I had a great birthday. Thank you guys very much for the birthday wishes. Hey, this isn't Twitch. Fucking stop spamming shit. If I remove your shit, it's because you don't need to be here. Spamming in a chat that has 88 people is fucking basic bitch shit. If you're a pumpkin spice commenter, get the fuck out. Yeah, so that's about it up there. Oh shit, I forgot. I gotta hook this thing up and fucking download all my fucking videos onto that. So I got an 8 terabyte drive I gotta hook back up to this because I ran out of space the other day while filming. Looks like I turned up in time. Yeah. Which one you going to use fishing, bro? The one that fires that. I love HK the most, but they cost way more than they need to be. Yeah, well, if you actually scroll down to the bottom of the user agreement of the website for H&K, it says, if you're fucking poor, get the fuck out. We don't want you here. But it says it in German, so it actually looks even more harsh. Getting Sie out, you motherfucker. What's your opinion on getting an FFL and doing it all through your home? Number one, it's more difficult than it used to be because the FFL is cracking down on home FFLs because home FFLs make 90% of the mistakes when it comes to giving guns to stupid people. Number two, if you're looking to do it to be a private collector and buy guns for yourself, it is absolutely not for you. You can get in trouble for trying to use an FFL to bypass taxes and pricing because a FFL is a commerce license, not a collecting license. So if you're going to do it out of your home, you have to actually be doing sales that are documented and you have to pay your taxes and you have to do all that shit. It says your name is VA Gun Guy. We have private sales again. So if you're just looking to make money, just fucking sell your guns. But if you're selling in a quantity that will get you on someone's radar, you got to keep that shit in mind too. Thank you. A lot of people don't tell you that stuff. Plus, ATF can now show up your home. Fuck that. Yeah, well, they can't just show up. Well, actually, they can. Excuse me. I'll take that back. With an FFL license, they can show up to my shop, which is attached to my apartment, but they can't come into my apartment because everything in my apartment is in my name. They can only come and seek on the commercial property. So, yes, a home FFL, you do have to follow those rules. For real, I'm just staying private. Yeah, and even though the state flipped and went all red with this last election, you don't have to worry because it was an injunction, a permanent injunction put in by the state Supreme Court. What do you think about the Mantis dry fire training system? I've never had one, but I'm interested. I do a lot of shooting with hammer fire guns, so it would probably work well for me. Brownells did a quick video on the Glock V, and they only changed what was necessary to prevent the installation of switches. They didn't even install their performance trigger. Yeah, so I went ahead and watched Glock Store's video, and yeah, all they did was they modified the slide. They did modify the frame, so you can't put a stock slide on the V, but I'm going to put this out there to you. Glock is fucking stupid, and they're still trolling you guys that love them. I don't know why. They're fucking trolling you guys. They have a 5th gen gun. They have a Gen 5. Yet they name their new gun the V? Go fuck yourself, Glock. Why would you name your new gun the V? Oh, well, it's because technically it's... No, shut the fuck up.
okay? It's the 6th iteration of your guns, supposedly, because they're all 5 of the original ones are 1. So you should have put the 2, or you should put a fucking VI and made it a 6. I have nerve damage. I can't do that. So you should have done it in a way that made you seem like you weren't a bunch of douche nozzles. By the way, somebody send this to Glock. You fucking idiots naming a gun the V. Either you're trying to say, oh, we're V for victory, or that's a sign for cunnilingus in the UK. You know, you go up and you go, la, 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 la. So, you know, Glock is just fucking with everybody that buys their products, and you guys let them. So, hey, how you guys doing, you fucking sheeple? I doubt any of you are in my chat, though, because everybody in my chat knows that we don't fuck with Glock here on the channel. I will never represent Glock. I will never accept ad money from Glock. I will never accept a gun from Glock. Doesn't matter. They could offer me every one of their fucking guns for free for the rest of my life, and I would have to pass. Because if I don't stand on my morals, then I'd have to change my name to Such 00. Motherfucker's cold. No, I'm actually quite warm. That's why I have the AC on in my place. Let's get you kind of... There we go. See how many times I remember to not fucking turn my camera tonight. I have a really good setup for my power cable for my phone. It's an extension cord with a high power fucking lead. My dog is staring at me like I farted. And he's not wrong. How do you feel about direct impingement systems? I'm not a super technical guy when it comes to like rifle stuff. It works, so good for it. It can be dirtier than a piston. Piston-driven system is more expensive and complicated, but it's cleaner. Show me a high point and I'll send $50. Number one, you won't send $50 because you don't have $50. And if you did, you'd fucking lose because there's a yeet cannon right there. Scratch my last text. I hate Glock. I love the way you just lay it out. Sorry. Glock is just being a cuck. If they actually cared, they'd give the finger to Cali and take them off the market there, but no, they caved. Yep. Yeah, but aren't they even liable after anyone doing dumb stuff with their guns? So, the Supreme Court allowed a lawsuit, I think, against Colt after the Las Vegas shooting, but holding a gun manufacturer company liable for a product that they built that was used by illegal, used in illegal acts, I believe is protected somewhere. So it's very difficult to sue a company. That's like suing Sarah Lee because you weigh 400 pounds. No, you're just a fat fuck. So if you put a switch illegally into a gun just because it was able to take it, that doesn't make it the manufacturer's fault. If that was true, that we wouldn't be able to have any guns that could be converted with a lightning link, which is specific models of the AR-15, M4, M16 variants, or anything like that. And we wouldn't have other things like FRTs. We wouldn't be able to change our triggers at all. Because changing a gun from the way it was manufactured is the same whether you put a different trigger in it or a fucking switch. You still modified the original design. If you modify the original design, technically you are no longer using the gun the way it was built, which kind of mitigates the responsibility of the manufacturer. Like I said, that being said, like I said, if every time I say like I said, somebody send me a 2-gem sticker because I get a penny for that. Cool tactical sloth. Oh, he's not a tactical sloth. He's just a sloth. What do you think of the Taurus GX4? It's fine, man. I don't like small guns, but I worked on one for a customer of mine, and it's fine. It's a Glock-ish. Glock don't care. We're used to that. They like to raise and breed horses. They are rich. It doesn't matter because fucking Gaston is dead and his wife was a gold digging whore. So Yes, to blame a thing for wrong use is loyal protected. Yep. That's why if you take a curling iron and stick it in your hoo-ha and you get burned, you can't sue them because there's actually a warning on a curling iron saying, don't stick this in your hoo-ha. Also, it has to say caution hot. If someone buys a Glock V, that's the first sign of somebody being gay. No. Don't make it about somebody being, don't make their sexuality about their choices. If somebody buys a Glock V, it's a first sign that they may be mentally retarded. Just got here, you're against FRTs? No, not at all. Our discussion was, should people be able to sue Glock because their guns were used with switches? And the answer to that is no. It falls to the individual that conducts themselves in a legal way that should be held accountable for what they do. Thoughts on the Ram TRX? If you guys would all agree, all 187,000 of you agree to send me $1 a month, I will buy a TRX every month until I run out of money. The fork made me fat. We need to ban it. Yeah, well, you know, we ban shit because it's killing turtles. Maybe turtles need to get smarter. They survive for millions of years and we're the reason they're dying? Plastic? No, I'm just fucking around. We need to respect our environment. That's why I feed Rocky all the plastic. How do you aim when your eyes are that far apart? Hey, dipshit, you aim with one eye. You use both eyes open so that you have situational awareness. So the fact that you even said that sentence, how do you fucking type when you're fucking retarded? Just misinformed if they're buying Glocks. Look, you can be Glock sexual. That's fine. I have 7 Glocks. I've diddled in the wrong end of the pool a few times. But it doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're probably drinking some sort of Glock branded Kool-Aid. It's like people that drink Prime or that vitamin water that 50 Cent made. This content is amazing. I love how finally someone that cusses, it's amazing, and all you're saying is facts. Weston, you know, I don't need to cuss as much as I do, but also I have established myself through 2 years of live streams that I will never be able to collaborate with anybody because most of the people that want me to collaborate with other people, they want me to collaborate with people that I just will never get along with. I'll just use a spoon. Are they going to ban the spoon too? No, but the problem is if you combine a spoon with a sugary breakfast cereal, then it's the cereal company and spoon company that should both be held responsible when you get diabetes. If your anus smells, that means your diet is fucked up. So you're either a Kentucky Fried Champion or an idiot. Isn't Glock known for being the most reliable? No. They are known for being the most overhyped, and everybody keeps saying they're the most reliable. Here's what I want you to do. If you own a Glock, go to a gun range, make sure you're pointing in a safe direction, hold the gun loosely, and fire a round downrange. And when it stovepipes, come back to me. So now, all you fuckers that work at gun stores and you recommend just straight up Glocks to all the old grannies and shit that are going to hold a gun teacup style when somebody breaks into their home, they're going to fucking limp wrist it. They're going to die because you recommended them a Glock. Keep that in mind. It's your fault grandma died. Or you want to tell your kids that the reason grandma is dead is because you told them they have a Glock? Can you imagine that at the funeral? We lay Ethel to rest. If she had had a Smith & Wesson, she'd still be making her pumpkin pie this Thanksgiving. But Davey over there, go ahead, Davey, stand. No, actually, sit the fuck down, Davey. Davey suggested that Ethel get a Glock. This is the priest talking, by the way. Davey suggested that Ethel get a Glock. Ethel got a Glock. She never shot the Glock, so she didn't understand that if you hold a Glock loosely, it's going to stovepipe no matter what you do to it. And the home invaders that broke in were scared by that first shot, pulled their guns, and wasted Ethel. Now, if Ethel hadn't stovepiped her Glock, she would have gotten off a second shot, the threat. Had she had an M&P, an FN, fucking FNX, or this, that's him cussing, by the way, or a Canik Meta M9 Pro, or I don't know, I'm a priest, I don't know guns, a bazooka. Ethel would still be with us, but Davey and Glock killed Grandma. Congratulations, no more to Christmas. She don't buy Grandma a Glock. Chat, buy her an HK. Thank you. Nah, man, give Granny a revolver. She don't need to worry about mags and racking a slide. What's your favorite gun? 1911 is my favorite platform. What's your opinion on using a G33 as an EDC? You just heard me rant about Glock, right? Why would you ask me if you should carry one? I'm Swiss. I only have SIGs. Yeah, but you made the 210, baby. That thing was amazing. I love the 210. It's too expensive over here, though. You okay, buddy? He's looking at me right now. He's trying to get comfortable on his pet bed because he's about to pass out. He went to the park 2 times today and pooped 4 times. It was friggin' awesome. Just show Grandma how to fast draw like Red Dead Redemption. Well, it's not just about the draw, man. It's about the gun. So you're telling me that it's my responsibility to take my grandmother to the gun range every week with me and let her fire 500 rounds of my ammunition so that she gets proficient with a gun when she could just have a revolver or another good gun? Look, if you hate your grandmother, I totally understand getting her Glock. Opinion on upgrades I should make to my Ruger Mark IV Lite. Trigger is number 1. Get the Volquartsen bolt for it. Maybe even just get a whole Volquartsen top. But yeah, if you're going to do a trigger, go also upgrade your bolt. Trigger pull was too hard for my 87-year-old grandma to shoot. Was a Smith & Wesson 32 snub nose. Yeah. How many guns do you have? Like 4, I think. See, I love that you tried to bypass my filters. When you're gay for the stay in prison the next time you go, Miukum, that is you being Fugat. I'm just sending Grandma to train with John Wick. John Wick would not train Grandma because Grandma is a... well, you train Grandma to be John Wick, and then you got Grandma Wick, then you got G Wick, and then you got Gwick, and then Grandma has had it one too many times because you're asking her to make her homemade orzo, and you're sitting around the dinner table, and she lifts the lid off of the turkey for Thanksgiving, and it's no longer a turkey, it's a Terran Tactical Glock 34. By the way, when Grandma uses that Terran Tactical Glock 34 to mow down her family, Terran is not responsible for that. That's Grandma's problem, and yours for being an unrespectful fuck and asking her to make homemade orzo at 900 years old. That's just rude. Ruger MPX, any thoughts? Ruger MPX? You mean the RXM? I just realized your name's Paul Wick. You have a Grandma Wick. Sorry. Glocks are the Crocs of the gun world. No, actually, I would put them below a Croc because a Croc apparently feels good when you have back problems and stuff, according to the dudes I know that wear them. I will say they are all kind of specializing in a caloric intake that would be a little bit alarming. And yeah, you can sit there and say, oh, he's got the double chin. I was fat, man. I can make fun of myself all I want. Dude, and I've lost even more weight because I got even more fucking stretch marks showing now. Look at that. Dude, look at that. Look at how much more skin I have down there now. It's fucking ridiculous. My dog eats half my goddamn food. I'm losing so much weight because of him. Anyways, how you guys doing tonight? Is anybody actually paying attention to anything I'm rambling about tonight? Because, boy, the train is just an ambling down the railroads. Hold on a second. I didn't realize my chat froze. But I got tandem cross bolt because Volquartsen bolt looks like a butt plug. Yeah, but you can rack it with your butt. I know these folks are just being genuine and curious. That's 100%. Anytime they ask how many guns you have, they just sound like a fed to me. Lol. Zombie. The RXM's cool. A lot of modifications available. That gold one at the very top underneath the AR-15 is a Ruger RXM. Show you the gin. I don't drink gin. How many Glocks do you have? 7. Who's your favorite character, John Marsden or Arthur Morgan? I can tell by your name you like Red Dead Redemption, I think, if that's what that's about, Red Dead Records. I've never played either to completion. Glocks are the Air Force Ones, massively overpriced and don't do anything better than their competitors. 100% agreed. There's my other fucking hat. Thank you. What are you coming over here for? All I did was put a hat on. I was already wearing a hat. Putting another hat on does not mean we're going outside. I want people to look at me and go, what the hell's wrong with that guy? What's a good way to have felons be able to regain their freedom to bear arms? I have a nasty record, but I'm a new person and deserve to be legally protecting myself and family. It's been 10 years. Well, there is a process, depending on the state you live in. 10 years is normally the minimum limit. You will have to get a hold of a 2A lawyer, a lawyer in your area that specializes in Second Amendment law. They can help walk you through the process of applying to get your guns right. Now, your gun rights back. Keep in mind, though, that gun rights, when they're restored in a state, are only restored at a state level. You will not be able to go into another state and buy a gun. You will not be able to transport guns across state lines. You will not be able to buy a Class 3 firearm. Actually, I think you can transport it across state lines. You can get a concealed carry with the felony. I know people that have had their rights restored that have concealed carries. But basically, you're going to have to go through it. And if you did your time, great. The only thing I'm going to add to that is if you were a diaper sniper or you hurt little ladies or people like that, you can go fuck yourself. You don't deserve a gun. If you're just a blue-collar criminal, you did some drug stuff, money stuff, you were a really bad pornographer, but not in a bad way. You just really didn't make good porn, so you're arrested for how bad your porn was. As long as it's stuff like that, I don't give a shit if you get your guns rights back. But if you killed somebody, especially with a firearm, I don't know if I trust you. Do I have a VZ61? Nope. I don't trust anybody wearing more than 0 chains. I'm sorry. Whenever I see anybody wearing a chain, the first thing that comes to my head is no. Chokers, yes, but that's because girls are fucking hot with chokers. I don't care. Appreciate that. We'll look into it. I'm in Arizona now. There you go. Change your name to Pug with Guns. No. Go fuck yourself. What about NFA stuff like suppressors? How do state level rights intend to handle that? They can't. State level rights only refer to state level laws. Suppressors, Class 3s, machine guns, manufacturing, those are all federally controlled. Federally controlled, so state trumps federal, that's why you can get your gun rights, but state can't so federal cannot be violated by state. That's why when the states that have allowed marijuana, Virginia's one of them, you can have recreational marijuana, they allow it, but you have to understand that just because you're in the state of Virginia means you can have recreational amounts of marijuana. You can't buy a gun, at least on the federal form, you can't buy a gun if you smoke marijuana. Hello, what's up, man? Love your decor. Thank you, Mr. Hegman. Girls with chokers are red flags. Not when they say bitch. I have one that says come slut. I've worn it. Reasonable priced handgun for people with larger hands. 1911s, you can get those. I mean, every gun manufacturer, you can literally, there's versions of everything on that wall that are cheap. You can get a full-size PSA dagger for a few $100. You can get a lower-end 1911 for a few $100. You can usually get guns like Gerson, T-Sauce, Rock Island. They're all very reasonable and offer many models. Yeah. Cannabis helps my aim. Yeah, well, do yourself a favor. Don't tell that to the cop when he asks you why you're stumbling around with a gun. Of all my limited choices, that might have been the worst. I now have wet nipples. Makes sense. I'd be down for that. Nonviolent felons get their gun rights and defense back, even if it's stateside. Makes sense. Yeah, and that's absolutely the way it should be. Here's the way it is. Here's the way crime used to happen. You were a gangster. Man, see, I just robbed a bank. And then the cops come and find you. Oh, no, it's Johnny Law. And then Johnny Law captures you. You're like, oh, I ain't no fucking snitch. And you go to jail and you do your time. You do your time for 5 years. On the way out, you shake the officer's hand. Hey, no hard feelings, okay? Next time, I'm just going to do better. So you either play by the system or you don't break the rules. Or if you're going to break the rules, you play by the system. You know what I mean? Putting zip ties and duct tape on a turbo. That'll work. It's not true at all. I'm from Ohio. I have my medical license and my concealed carry license. Here's the thing, Cody Steyer. That's a state level override of it. There are, I think, 9 states that do that. And I will give you that. But because they're using a medical exemption and the state has there's, I don't know exactly which law it was, but they have decreed through their Supreme Court. So unless we take it to the Supreme Court, I'll give you this. Unless all 50 states take it to the Supreme Court level or the Fifth Circuit of Appeals in the state to get it overturned, there are some states that allow it. I will backtrack on that. There are some states that allow it. But when you have to do a 4473, just because the state allows it, by technicalities, you are still committing a felony. Here in the state of Virginia, if you have a medical marijuana license card, you will be instantly denied. No, I've not shot the H9. I'll say right now that U.S. versus Hominy is not going to be a good case to determine the whole weed thing on. A lot of BS involved with it, regardless what it should be, not the right to cause to actually rep it. Some people can't stop advertising everything that they like. Okay. Why do I have to be careful showing all those guns on YouTube? I'm listening. Just help me out here, man. You're coming into a live with 100 people, so I'd like to know what you're trying to accomplish. It's interesting, honestly, because I got my medical when I was 19 for spinal issues and got my concealed when I was 22. Yeah, you are right, and I apologize about that. Here's a different thing from a YouTuber. I was wrong. But yeah, there are like 9 states, or something like 9 states, that do allow you to have that. But in most states, they will instantly deny you because you are still... Now, do you have to fill out a 4473, or do you bypass that because of your concealed carry? Which you shouldn't, because you should only be bypassing your state NICS check. But in Ohio, with your concealed carry, are you filling out a 4473? Farm Bill certainly did. Oops, it's gone next year, though. What? I'm not saying I don't have a problem with it. I think it's sick. I'm just saying YouTube is really strict. Here's the thing, Goobersaurus. I'm a gun tuber. They know that. I have a channel partner. They know that. So if you show them in a conducive or productive, conductive way, YouTube doesn't care. It's only the goobers that go out and film themselves shooting a switch in the middle of town that have to worry about it, Goobersaurus. Trust me, I've got 187,000 subscribers. If YouTube really hated me, I'd be gone. I'm also one of the first few that ever did a live stream with guns in the back. But I appreciate it, man. You bypass that. So that's how you're able to get by it. So your medical marijuana license card and your CCW, in conjunction with not having to sign a 4473, allows you to bypass committing a felony. Because if you lie on a federal document, and by lie, I'm not saying that you're a liar inherently, but by going to question 21A on a 4473, that question explicitly says, are you a user of or addicted to any federally controlled substance, including marijuana? If you check no on that box, whether or not you have a medical marijuana card, when you check no on that box, you have documentedly committed a felony because you lied on a federal document. That is a felony. Now, it's a very minor felony, except you're using it to get a gun. So when you check that box on a 4473, you are committing a felony. Good evening. Hey, what's up, Patrick? Question: I want to get a Desert Eagle. How rough is a kickback? It's not bad. I mean, it's a lot better than a 500 Smith and Wesson. Oh, okay, Wesson. Because a Desert Eagle weighs about 6 pounds and it's a gas-operated system. It's not unpleasant at all. It feels like Freedom Maxed. Why do fuckers do that? Hi, I'm on Twitch. Hi. Hi, buddy. How you doing? I didn't know dogs could give you side eye. I'm sorry, buddy. You go to bed. You're a good boy. What do you recommend for a first-time purchase of a gun for protection purposes? I suggest you go to a gun store, pick up a bunch of guns, find a gun that fits your hand, make sure that you like it, go to a range, rent that gun, shoot that gun, make sure you like that gun. Then you can decide which gun is best for you. I can recommend reliable guns, a Glock, a Smith & Wesson M&P, a Canic, FN, a Walther PDP, all great guns to go with, but I'm not going to recommend an individual gun to somebody I don't know. Sorry. Not true. Okay. How is lying on a federal document not a felony? You still 50 AE on the Desert Eagle. Oh, you're talking to the other guy. Gotcha. It's kind of fucked up that I have to use an FFL and can't use home delivery for a Mark IV upper. What? Oh, it's because it's a bolt-operated gun. Yeah. Isn't it? That's what got Biden's kid. Yeah, it is what got Biden's kid. The guy from Ohio is wrong. That's where I live. He is wrong. All right, let's dispel it now by using the almighty Google. In Ohio, can you have a medical? I don't spell marijuana that often. All right. According to yeah, we don't fucking use every answer. We go to actual ATF here. All right, so according to this, it is technically illegal to buy medical marijuana if you reside in the state of Ohio and have a concealed carry permit. Theoretically, one cannot apply for a permit or purchase firearms if you possess an Ohio medical marijuana card. However, that is not a result of Ohio's strict gun laws and medical regulations. It's the federal government's rules. Cannabis uses, purchasing, and processing a handgun as a registered medical patient will not be permitted under federal law until marijuana is removed from the Schedule 1 drug list, even if cannabis is legal in your state. The Ohio Board of Pharmacy spokesman, the patient registry itself is protected information. Only those doctors will be able to access the patient registry. It implies the Ohio patient registry information won't be accessible to the National Instant Criminal Background Check. Law enforcement agencies and gun sellers both use NICS. It's how they decide if somebody can legally possess a gun. It's unlikely that the federal government will even be aware. To get caught, you will have probably... Okay, so... here's why you are getting away with it. You are getting away with it because the state of Ohio does not release the information that you have a medical marijuana license card. So that is probably what the other 9 states are doing. You are still committing a felony, but you will not be probably attacked for it unless you commit a felony. Imagine being a vet and fought and now you can't smoke a point and carry. Oh, here's another thing. They actually encourage, if you go on 100% disability, the VA will potentially list you as a risk, and that can also impact your ability to buy a firearm. CC pistols are very personal things. Yeah, it sounds like it's highly unlikely to get caught. Oh yeah, it relies on the fact that you would have to commit a felony. So because the Ohio State Medical Board refuses to give the information that you have a medical marijuana license card to the state police, when you run your NICS background check, it doesn't show. Here in the state of Virginia, if you have a medical marijuana card, it shows. When a police pulls you over and runs your ID, it pops if you have a CCW or a medical marijuana license card. So technically Delta 8 isn't cannabis, but I'm not sure if they can tell the difference. If it's not one of those, if Delta 8 isn't considered cannabis, then it's not covered under the federal law. What question are we? Influence of either, but why the question if we are weed users? Because it's a federal offense to smoke marijuana, but since so many people do it anyways, they're trying to trip people up. So if they're trying to come after you, they can use that. So let's say that you get pulled over, dude that was talking about it. Pistol, what's up, dude? Happy belated birthday, thank you. Let's say you get pulled over in the state of Ohio, you have a concealed carry card and a medical marijuana card. Your car smells like marijuana, right? Your car smells like weed, which I guess if it's recreational, I don't know what the rules are. I've never been pulled over with weed. Do they have the right to search the vehicle because you have a medical marijuana card? I don't know. But anyways, if it comes down to it, you have a gun and you have marijuana, they're going to then check for paperwork. They're going to do an ATF trace on that gun, and they're going to find out where you bought it from. And then they're going to look at the paperwork, and they're going to look at the date of the sale. And then they're going to look at your medical marijuana card. So the guy said he got his medical marijuana card at 19 and his CCW at 22. So that means that he predates his CCW with the medical marijuana card, which means any firearms purchases made after he was 19, which would have been long guns until he was 21, but any purchase that he makes, let's say he bought 40 guns after he was 19 and got that medical marijuana card, if they pull every one of those firearms transactions and they were done at an FFL, there will be 40 4473s that have the no checked on it. That instantly is 40 felonies. So you have to take that into consideration. Do they use that as a reason to go after you? Depends on what kind of person you are. The level of punishment that people tend to receive is directly inverse to a point, don't fucking argue with me, to a point inversely induced by your reaction, your demeanor, your the way you comport yourself to law enforcement. I got out of a speeding ticket while driving a car with no license plate once. And I look Asian as fuck, so. One of my favorite quotes from Paul Harrell: laws can vary drastically, even from one jurisdiction to the next. Folks seem to forget that, especially true in the U.S. That is also true, Redneck. Here in the state of Virginia, when 98 out of 104 counties went 2A sanctuary when they tried to ban all guns, if you got caught in Loudoun County with a firearm that was on the banned list, those police officers were required to enforce the law. But you could drive 4 miles and you'd be fine. It's not a fake staccato, it's just a double-stacked 1911. Why would it be a fake staccato? Smoked for 25 years, finally gave it up, and man, after a few months, I felt like I got a new brain, and clarity was amazing. Just got my police trade in M&P 2.045. I love it so much. Nice, dude. Hey, Pete, are you going live later? I get it up too, but I prefer, so I went back. But having a card doesn't mean you use it. No, but it means that you are on a registry of people that have been prescribed it. You don't need a medical marijuana license card unless you get prescribed it. So if you were prescribed it, the implication has to be that if he was prescribed it, he must have used it. You can't just say, oh, just because he has it doesn't mean he doesn't use it. That doesn't mean he uses it. If that was true, a lot of men with penises would be fine. God damn it. Do I need to make pins saying, oh, they're all real? Nah, man, just ignore the people saying that shit. Just fucking time them out if you're getting tired of it. I don't care. Hello, Jimmini in chat. Last update on the T-Sauce. We got it. Cleared the NICS background check in about 30 seconds. Now I fondle that pistol for 24 hours straight. Rashad, good for you, brother. Absolutely thrilled, man. 226 or 229? I prefer the 226. The 229 is fine. It's just smaller, and I prefer the size gun. A lot of gun stores I've been to, if you smell like weed, they won't let you in. That's actually a suggestion by the ATF. Because if you smell like weed, it's probably weed. If you smoke cannabis, you should try quitting. Your brain will become much more clear. The first couple of weeks is rough, though. Here's what I say to people that are addicted to any substances, including marijuana. You can get addicted to marijuana, and it's just like you're saying, your brain clears up, things like that. I don't make any suggestions to anybody that's addicted to something, be it marijuana, cocaine, or crippling furry porn. I'll just tell you, I hope you feel better. Because when somebody is cripplingly addicted to something, just suggesting things don't work. So I get where you're coming from, though. You're espousing the benefits of quitting marijuana, but it's like when people come on here, I tell them I have a headache. I'll have 45 fucking people telling me how to get rid of a headache. I've had a headache for fucking 28 years. I'm glad the internet finally told me what to do about it. Jesus loves you. Thank you. I'll take the 9mm. 40 cal's a waste of ammo. I quit that and Marlboro together, so I can't smoke anything. I'll be smoking everything. Just do some booger sugar. Am I allergic to something? Yes, stupidity. People can get addicted to burgers. Plenty of them at Walmart. They're also addicted to Walmart. That's why they go there in their fucking pajamas. I'm home! Somebody fry up that bunch of Bubba's burgers. Am I still hating on your short barrel? Look, dude, if your girl likes it, I'm good. You can have your short barrel. Hope you're feeling good. First time, love the live. First live, love the vibe. Sorry, I just mixed all those words up. Why, thank you, Noah Corum Cleaner. Noah no, I'm going to call you Cleaner from now on. Thank you very much. The vibe is awesome. Dude, I've heard 5 inches is plenty, but I guess it's the girth, not the length. Hey, all you new people, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Snub nose aim twice. It's short, so I get to do it more often. Frick Walmart, I have not shopped at one for years. I only go into Walmart when I'm desperate to feel better about myself. You're good, the last name is a drag. Ha, someone called me Noah Corn. Honestly, I thought it was Nora Cucumber at first. So, my brain ain't working right now. Maybe I need some of that devil's lettuce. Yeah, that's a big thing that folks forget or don't realize in the U.S. is very unique. It's also decentralized. Just because something is a law where you live doesn't mean it's where I do. Yeah, dude, you could stand on two sides of a city line and be violating a different ordinance. Long barrel rifles are just overcompensating. That is something that short barrel people say. None of my girlfriends has ever complained about that. The only thing they complain about is when I do the gay voice during sex. Sweetie, I hope you're ready because I'm going all in tonight. I'm like, seriously, I took a couple of blue pills. We're in for it, sweetie. The only thing better than using the gay voice is riding the Bronco. And that works for men or women. But what you do is you flip your partner over and you're doing it doggy style and you grab their hips and you call them by the wrong name and you just hang on.
He's like Dr. Ruth.
Snub nose, I'm built like a tuna can. Yeah. There we go. Let me tell you this, okay? It took me years to get rid of this voice, all right? All the times that I'd be sitting there and my girlfriend's like, this is my boyfriend Joe. He's like super masculine and stuff. He's got tattoos and he drives the Dodge. So he's like really a man. And I'd be like, hi. Use your ears as handlebars. God damn, how big are your girl's ears? How would you rate Desert Tech rifles? 1 to 10. You just said it. I'd rate them 1 to 10. I've never messed with the Desert Tech. Sounds kind of like a donkey punch, but you hit them on the side of the head instead of saying the wrong name. It's more fun saying the wrong name because they're kind of more active in the participation. You punch a girl or a dude in the head while you're blinking them, you're going to get the, ow, what the hell is wrong with you? You know, they're going to stop. Bunch up the hair during doggy, grab a handful, say your ex's name, hang on for 8 seconds. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's the Bronco. Nah, just the saying, y'all. Yay! Thoughts on 30 Super Carry? Unfortunately, it had a lot of problems going for it when it launched. It launched right during COVID. It's not the fault of COVID. They had started designing that cartridge years before. Only 2 manufacturers made a gun for it, and one was Smith & Wesson, obviously, and the other one was Nighthawk frickin' Customs, a $4,000 1911 to shoot a 30 cartridge. So that was their second problem. The third mistake they made was by saying that it was going to replace 9mm. They should have just stuck with it's going to replace 380. If they had said it was going to replace 380, they probably could have gotten past their first 2 mistakes. But because they kept pushing and pushing, it's like SIG saying that their guns don't go off. They just kept pushing that shit. 30 Super Carry, you get 2 extra rounds in a gun that normally carries a 9mm cartridge, even though it is, you know, slightly less powerful and is basically the same as a plus P380. They should have just said it will replace 380. What's your favorite shot timer? The one at the bank. As soon as the goes off, then you start shooting. Sir, you know that's offensive, right? How dare you call my opinion retarded? That language is so often. What, cuz? What did I walk into? Oh, man, we're just fucking around tonight, bro. Everyone take a moment and hit the like button. 30 Super Carry is a solution to a problem that doesn't exist. Yep. Yo, those real guns, all I've got because I'm in the UK is BB guns. By the way, can I be a mod, please? Oh, man, you had me in the first half. People that come in and beg me to be a mod, unfortunately, they get selected to become ex-viewers. HK P2000. It's a fine gun. I don't care for them. They're too expensive for what they are. Does the PSA Rock 5.7 have the highest capacity out of the standard mags? Yes, it does. So you've got Smith & Wesson at 21 plus, or 22 plus 1? 21 plus 1. The Ruger 5.7 or 57, that one holds 21, and then it was 20 rounds in the FN. So Stargate over Pack 3. Sure. When will we see civilian available handheld energy weapons? Not in our lifetimes, unfortunately, sir. Can I rent the Blick? Yes. But not for me. I got the same decor in my office where I interrogate all my daughter's boyfriends. The only other option if you live in a place where you don't have handguns available like that is you start a chainsaw collection. You start that collection when they're a child. That way, it's even more like intimidating. So you can take that young surf out to the garage and go, young man, I want to walk you through my daughter's chainsaw collection. Now, here's the thing. It's her collection, but I'm going to use them on you because for every transgression you make, as you see on the wall, let's say he's a 16-year-old surf, you know, just trying to get in, you know, be the first one to be your daughter's boyfriend, and all power to your daughter. But as you can see, I bought her this little Hello Kitty chainsaw when she was born. It's real. It's going to hurt a lot. By her 3rd birthday, we had the Husqvarna. And we also have the steel battery-powered electric. That one could be a problem. I haven't charged it in a while, so it's going to start cutting you, but it's probably going to die. So you're going to have to lay on the floor bleeding for a couple hours while I charge the battery. I'm not going to check it until I start, though. Energy weapons already exist, though. Yeah, so does a railgun. But do you know how much a railgun costs? And it destroys itself. Energy weapons destroy themselves. SG is Shooters Global. Ah, I don't know what that is. Oh, somebody was asking what a mod is. I lost all my new in a shark attack. Damn it, me too. I'm in England. I have a room full of spoons. All I can say is stop
or I'll dial 61 something or other.
Wait, you're in England. You call 999, right?
Why, where's the pound sign?
Yeah, that pink still was her favorite, lol. Ha! I did see a CMMG Banshee with the working mini chainsaw. It looked epic. I think I saw that too somewhere. Flamethrowers are pretty fire. Well, actually, sporks went up up for debate in Parliament, and they determined anything with tines that didn't have extensions far enough to engage with a pork pie did not qualify as a utensil in the UK and was thus classified as a war crime. So sporks are actually officially banned in the state of UK. I'm pretty good at giving knowledge. I was dropped on my head as a baby. Autism isn't funny, guys. Stop it. No, Austrians aren't funny. In England, they call them mum. Yeah. We don't see handheld energy weapons. I blame market manipulation. Like, how could we have cars powered by water or free power and they stopped it from that? You mean when they killed the dude that invented the car that ran on water? So many FUD guns in the background. Yeah, Canik TTI is certainly a FUD gun. 2011 sure are FUD guns. Custom built AR-15 sure are FUD guns. Do you even know where FUD comes from? You guys don't use FUD right. It comes from Elmer Fudd. It refers to old wood-stocked firearms. But you guys decided to use it wrong for so many years that y'all fucked it up. UK is peak godness. They still allow kings and queens to exist. No, that's not true. They're very, very progressive. In fact, they have a king that's also the queen. That thing, may I have another? Exactly, they killed that guy. They didn't kill him. He's actually running NASA's hydrogen-powered space propulsion program at JP Labs, but the problem is they can't announce it to the world, so they had to fake his death. Much like Ryan Reynolds, who stole the idea for it in 6 Underground. There's some New Age fudge, yep. Rocky doesn't think it. No, he just sighed at me and turned away. Are you okay, buddy? Did I not give you enough chicken and a fucking peanut butter cook? Here, come here, buddy. You okay? You want to get some petting? Come here. Come here, buddy. I'll pet you for a little while. Come here. I'm petting my dog live on camera. Hey, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Come here. Sit. It's okay. Sit. Come here. Sit, buddy. Sit, buddy. You're a good boy. Come on. Sit. Sit down. No, that's lying down. You're way too low. And then I sit here like this for the whole stream. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. I only spend like 14 hours a day petting him, and I understand that that's like a dearth of time, so I have to give my buddy some love here. What gun does Rocky EDC? I let him pick, and my boy made me proud. He picked the 1911. I told him if he picked the Glock, I was taking him back to the pound. Raffle foul. I actually have a different version of Raffle. It's Raffle Waff. It's rolling on the floor laughing with half a foot. Happy doggo. Yeah, my doggo's happy, man. Yeah, so I opened the gun case and I'm like, Rocky, pick your EDC. And he went right to the 2011. Never mind the fact that I just oiled it and it's probably the most potent smell in the case. Fuck you. He picked the 1911. Hey, let's do our flux capacitor imitation. Want to hear that, Rocky?
Freak, freak, freak. Freak, 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 freak.
Can Rocky still outguns too, like police? Can he sniff them out? No. Is Rocky a good shot? Would hate to figure out he's an accuracy by volume guy. Unfortunately, he's my dog, so he is an accuracy by volume guy. My name! My spelling sucks. I'm restarted. Actually, I know a lot of mentally challenged folks that spell very well, so the fact is you're just dumb. No, I'm just fucking with you. Well... Dude, why would you willingly smell my stump? I know he's going to eat me if I died. You know what's also funny is I can leave snacks out and he doesn't eat them unless I hand them to him. That's how good this guy is. You know when I taught him that? I didn't. You had a choice. They didn't. Oh, okay. Got it. Yes. Did you just go? My dog's lips sealed together. So when he like soothes himself, all I hear all night is. You want a milk bone? You got 2 of them right there. He's literally got 2 milk bones sitting by his bed. If I give you this, are you going to take it? Not sponsored. Hello. How you doing, Mouse? Happy day after your birthday. What's that? It's another day of donations? Go for it. I've been carrying my Ruger P90 forever, man. My nightstand pistol is just a simple Smith & Wesson 9mm. I should buy a new pistol. Hey, if you want to buy a new pistol, go for it, dude. You don't have to. I know, like, a lot of people that don't buy multiple handguns. And I know a lot of dudes that just prefer to the older stuff, man. And that's 100% fine. You don't have to buy a gun just because you think you need to. You only buy another gun because you want to. My dog was eat the dog peanut butter pretzels. What? Everyone hit the light. You sold any bread at 80Xs or PX4s? Don't know why those frickers keep popping into my head. I have sold my PX4 in 45 ACP, but I have not sold any 80Xs through the store. I wish you didn't tell me about truffle butter. I was thinking about it on my drive home from work. So gross. Yeah, well, be thankful that Google purged pictures. Because when I was younger, things like blue waffle was completely visible on Google. Now you have to really find it in a medical book. But you can't because it's an urban term. But don't look up blue waffle. It will make you wish you were looking up truffle butter. Dude, you got 2 other ones. Hold on a second. They're under things, so he won't get them. My dog is the most polite dog I've ever met, but he's also an asshole because he bit me in the same place twice today. I'm like, dude, if you don't want to lick those, it's fine. Don't bite them, though. Now, he bit me right here like a week ago and punctured my shirt. And then today, he bit it again. Because he does this thing when we're playing where he jumps straight up and tries to attack me. And I push him away in midair and then he lands and he comes back. Well, he jumps up and he's about navel height with his feet. And then when he's coming down, he bites. What's blue waffle? Disease vegane. It's my boy Ice Cubes. What's up, West Side? Not much, man. Awesome collection, straight gassing. Thank you. I prefer straight bussin'. We were fucked when we were young. BME Pain Olympics. What? Oh, I bought the cheaper version of the Wilson Lube. It's supposed to come tomorrow. All right, dude. Top Girl is the original blue waffle. I found out that if I just hold a single note while driving my dog around in the car, he doesn't care for it. Hold on, buddy. Nope. Yeah, there you go. Eat your snackies. The boy's eating. Dude, he's got a pillow on his pillow. I spoiled the shit out of my dog. There's a video where a guy chops his ding-dong off. No, I'm good. See, he doesn't care. I've seen shit you kids couldn't imagine, haha, and I hope you don't. Dude, I thought I had bought a mini lapdog. I fucked up. Was it the snack? Or was it my melodious song? So, I try to be nice to all the other dog owners when they come to the park. And some of them are well-intentioned, but sometimes, man, when they get too friendly with your dog immediately after meeting you, it kind of grates on me. That's a well thought. Hey, Chihuahua boy. Come here, Chihuahua boy. Thank you, Chihuahua boy. He answers to Chihuahua boy. This movie so you can see the right guns. Hey, dude that offered me $50 for showing him at a high point. You owe me $50, asshole. I hold a note and people leave me. Fuck you all. I mean, I love you. I need 3 more likes. I need 3 more likes. Everybody, do me a favor. Go and hit the little thumbs up button. Just walk around like you got Tourette's or whatever that disease is. So I inadvertently at the dog park was sitting by myself and I started making my for like 3 minutes straight and didn't realize it. You want a plastic bottle cap to eat? No? Okay. Bro, you've had way too many snacks today, bro. Your poop tomorrow is going to be so gross. I'm going to take him to the veterinarian and have him checked out, and he's like, "Do you realize your dog is half chicken?" Mm-hmm. Just, we'll never leave, Joe. Hey, that's a nice gabagool. You guys also go over to my VR channel, Seated VR. I put up a new video. I need some subscribers over there at Seated VR. I think that's it. Hold on a second. Let me double. I love double checks better than the rest. I don't know where I'm going to, but I know that I'm going to get there. Yes, I look down when I type, but I go fast-ish. You know what's funny too? If you search Seated VR, there's all kinds of videos for Seated VR, so I was trying to kind of trump the whole name by grabbing it and being Seated VR. Hey, I got a serious gun question. Go for it. We'll do what we can. We need VR gun stores. Check out the guns in VR, buy them, and have them shipped to an FFL 2050 gun shopping. Dude, play hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. If you want to check out guns, that would be awesome. I was thinking about doing a whole series in hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades where I pretended like I was actually at the range with the guns that I own, because most of the guns I own are in the game. Good boy. Take a nap, dude. He has this line across the top of his head with his fur. I'm convinced that he's a robot dog, and that's where the whole faceplate comes off, but I don't care because he's fucking awesome. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, dude.
My pee-pee. My pee-pee. Do you have enough guns? No, sir, I do not have enough guns. I want all the guns. Give me them all.
Pavlov Shack VR is the best FPS shooter today. I've never played Pavlov. I've got Gun Club VR, Contract Zone, Contractor Showdown Exfil Zone, Ghost of Tabor, which is what I've been playing the fuck out of. I play that at night when he's sleeping. He's looking at his reflection. YM dog. And hot dogs, horseshoes, hand grenades, and a couple others. I don't know. Whoa. I got these 100% cotton sleeves made for my P38, P08, and Makarov. Do you think it will mess up my gun's finish to keep them in the cotton sleeves and inside the leather holster for storage? Just make sure that when you put them in for the storage that they're very dry. You can lube the inside, you can lube the outside. Just make sure that the lube is not penetrating the cotton. So you don't want any form of moisture, even oil, to sit there, because oil and wet sock, cotton, whatever you're using can absorb water. So you want them as dry as possible when they go into the cotton. If it's completely dry, then it's perfectly safe. You are legit good with voiceovers. Thank you.
Why so many pistols? I was in a gun store the other day and they don't have as many as you. You have too many guns, young sir.
Shut up, Grandma. Go make me a pie.
Alrighty then.
Am I an FFL? I own an FFL. Why do Momos ask why so many guns? Because honestly, dude, if you're not, really though, if you're not into guns, this is a lot of guns. If you're the average person, it's a lot of guns. I will never be the one to say, that's not a lot of guns. You should see my other guns and the guns that my guns have. But no, honestly, more than one gun for the average gun owner that isn't an enthusiast is a lot of guns. What do you think of the classic 1911? Not as big a fan as you would think. I love the 1911 platform, but I'm a more modern aesthetic guy. That's why, I got more modernized stuff like railed 1911s, a lot of serrations, 2011s, things like that. I do that because I prefer them over the non-style. Oh, okay, got it. So the oil is good for lube, but make sure no moisture. Love the Elmo voice.
Thank you.
I can't do Peter Griffin as good as I used to. God damn it. Peter, where'd you get the drugs?
From Black's.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Black's hardware store. Round the back.
Don't do it, Peter.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm not hating, just wondering why so many handguns versus others. No problem, Drake. I'm a handgun enthusiast, so you can like certain things, but not like I'm a car guy. I'm not a truck guy. I respect them, but I'm not a truck guy. I don't like lifted trucks. I don't like 4x4s. I like lowered cars and sports cars and stuff. It's the same way with guns. I like handguns because I got into guns very late. I got into guns at the age of 38 years old, which means that I didn't grow up shooting shotguns. I didn't grow up respecting old guns. My dad was in the Army. The first handgun that he had that I ever touched was his military issue Beretta, because this was in 1991 in Germany. But yeah, I didn't get my first gun until 2017, and I just gravitated toward handguns. Believe it or not, and this is a weird thing, because handguns are always shot at a shorter distance than rifles. Well, predominantly shot at shorter distance. They're harder to shoot well, and I respect the art of shooting a handgun. I'm not hating. Yep. Do you have a CSGO AWP? No, I don't. 300 blackout worth it. If you have nothing, yes. If you have a lot of other calibers, yes. 300 blackout's really impressive, actually. It's chambered to run out of an AR-15. It's a 123 grain bullet, so it's 1 grain less than an AK-47's traditional round, which is 124 grains, or 127, I can't remember. But it's a 30 caliber bullet that comes out of a gun that's, in my opinion, much more reliable and customizable. What are you doing? Are you okay? Are you just wandering around because I won't stop talking? You're very active tonight. Can I have a hug? Come here. Come here. Up. Come here. Up. He does this off stream every time. Come here. Up. 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 I'm having a heart attack. Elizabeth, I'm coming. Come here. Now walk forward. Why are you stiff-legging, bro? Why are you stiff-legging? I just want a hug. Hi, buddy. How about this? He's taller than me. No, you're fine. Cause it's thriller night. No, I'm sorry. Okay, you deserve a treat for that one. There you go. Go lay down. Serving size, 1 a day. Fuck! No, you're good, dude. I just you stopped eating like you was scared. Like, wait a minute, what am I eating? You're good, buddy. Go ahead. 1 treat per 20 pounds of body weight. The treat is not suitable for dogs less than 20 pounds or 1 year of age. The recommended number of treats to provide are 10% of your dog's daily calories. Well, you're getting fat. Buy 3 atomic elbows or get 4 high points. I didn't read any of that right. I will buy 10 high points. Haven't asked in a while. How's your dad doing with his COVID? Oh, he's fine, dude. They've been on a cruise for the last week. He got the COVID when he was in Italy, man. He's gotten COVID so many times. It's like when you have you ever met like the really old dudes, like 700 years old? You're like, Grandpa, what's that on your shoulder? What, this? I'm not sure. I think it's some kind of tumor. Shouldn't you go to the hospital? Nah, just give me a second. That's the way my dad is with COVID these days. What pistol is your favorite? The 1911 platform is my favorite, so. I don't like how COD and Battlefield don't use real weapon names. It's like playing FIFA with fake teams and players. The reason you have to do that is because of copyright and not copyright, but trademarks. So if a company wants to use the actual name of it, if you want to put, like, Ghost of Tabor is paying fucking Terran Tactical and Glock a shit ton of money because they have a Glock 34 Terran Tactical in their game. If you want to have an actual name firearm, you have to pay the manufacturer of it. That's why if you look at games like Forza Horizon 3 didn't get, or Forza Horizon, or Forza, not even Horizon, but Forza Motorsport didn't get a Porsche expansion pack until Forza 4 because they didn't want to pay the licensing fees. It was the same way with Gran Turismo, man. They didn't get Porsches until Gran Turismo 2, and even then it was the roof RUF. It wasn't real Porsches. They didn't get Porsches until Gran Turismo 4, I think. I started in 300 Blackout a few years back. If you run subsonic, it's hard to beat the quiet. That's the whole point of subs in 300 Blackout. Yeah, so 300 Blackout, you are 100% correct. 300 Blackout was designed to be subsonic and fired out of a shorter barrel. So the combination of the shorter barrel with the suppressor creates the pressure necessary to run the 300 Blackout effectively and efficiently while allowing it to be extremely quiet. The thing is, EAP pays each team in FIFA $900 million per season. That's insane. I wish we got real guns back. Yeah. What about for everyday carry? Do you spit on the Glock when playing the game? No, to be honest, I use it in the game because it has one of the highest capacities and can use a 50-round drum mag. I would much rather use the HK USP that's in the game, but it's 13+1. I'd use the Beretta, but again, you can't use the CX Storm. They have a CX8, which is weird. It should be CX4, I thought. But anyway, you can't use the rifles mags in the regular gun because those mags are compatible with the PX series, not the CX series. PX meant pistol, CX meant carbine. I went 300 Blackout, can't afford a suppressor though. You'll get there. Wait for the tax stamp to be lifted. Then you'll find probably like a cheap Rugged or something. What's your favorite rifle? Like old school, yeah, you are getting a little thicker, dude. My old school Winchester Model 1894 chambered in 30-30 is my favorite old school lever gun. My grandfather owned it. It's from 1939. My favorite modern rifle would be my Heatseeker chassis equipped Sharps Brothers. Check it out at sharpsbrothers.com. No, it would be my custom AR. Yeah, the rifled barrel and tax stamp. You mean the short barrel for the tax stamp? Yeah. I want to try the Outer Creek Lab suppressors. Never heard that. My 300 Blackout Daniel Defense with subsonic sounds amazing. Yeah. Brag. Did you add more guns on the wall? Nope. I mean, the guns that are up there have been up there for a couple of weeks now. I actually took some down. I saw your CZP09 Nocturne vid. Did you try Cajun Trigger on it? No, I immediately sold it to Stonehaven. Turbo or supercharger? Honestly, if I can do it NA, I'll do it NA. But if I have to add a power adder, because I prefer V8s and bigger engines, I'm probably going to go, like pushrod engines, I'm probably going to have to go supercharger. Turbos are for high-end, superchargers are for launch. The fuck? Why so many? I don't know. I'm trying to get as many guns as I have pubic hairs. I'm close. Got a twin turbo, but goddamn, I miss the NA sound. I don't have children, so firearms and motorcycles are my children. So I got a dog 3.5 months ago. It's the best thing I ever did, 100%. I will never regret adopting Rocky and saving him from a life of whatever the shit he was going through. He has the best life possible. He and I go to the park every day. Now we're going twice a day. He's getting me much healthier and making me feel better. But god damn it, I miss my getting new tattoos and guns. That boy has cost me more in the last 3 months than I've spent on guns. But he's worth every fucking penny. Like, yesterday was my birthday, so people sent us money for donations and stuff. I literally went this morning to the pet store and spent every penny except for $9 on him. Get a gun mount for your dog. I'm not allowed to. The state of Virginia, he classifies as an AOW and any other weapon. So I'd have to double stamp them, and it's kind of hard to put a serial number on a dog because they like fidget. Toyota Supra or BMW M3? If we're talking about straight 6 era, I'd probably still take the Supra. The 2JZ is an amazing engine. Now, the straight 6 that was in the old school M3s was a banger of an engine, but took a lot more work to make the same power levels. Yes, sir, Vet Bill sent me back, but he's worth it because he's my brother. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Charlie. He's way better than any tattoo. Well, the next tattoo he decided, because right here, this little scar is the first time he broke skin, and I'm going to have a little target put around it, and it's going to say Rocky's First Blood, so I can mess with people when they go, and you know that's supposed to say Rambo's First Blood. I'll be like, no, my dog's name is Rocky. Bro, dogs are incredible. My service animal is my freaking world. He's my service animal, so I understand completely where you're coming from. I was at the grocery store today, and this fucking 900-year-old Karen, man, started bitching to an employee of the store like I couldn't hear her because she was deaf as a fucking box of prunes. Why is that guy got a dog in here? I was 4 feet from her. And she says it to the employee, and God bless the employee of that store. She just turned to the lady and said, he's allowed to have the dog. He's a service animal. And the old lady's like, dogs shouldn't be allowed in any store. I don't know why she became country in this, but fuck her. Say his full name. All right. His name is Rockford Fosgate McManus Zaxon Stone Haven, Jr. the Third, Esquire, PhD. What happens when you put a supercharger on a diesel? It'll work. Absolutely, it'll work. But you're gonna kind of mitigate the difference. So you want the turbo for when you get to that 3,000 RPM red line. Also, turbos can spool as fast as the engine can turn because they're exhaust driven. A supercharger is limited by your RPMs, which is why turbos are used on diesels, not superchargers. So a turbocharger can spin a lot faster with a lot less exhaust gas. So when you're crank driving a supercharger, if your engine is running 3,000 RPMs, let's say you have like a 2.5-inch pulley on there, your supercharger is going to be spinning like 15,000 to 25,000 RPMs to push air, and it's dependent on the engine RPM. A turbo is dependent on your exhaust gases, so as you accelerate, more exhaust gases leave the engine, more exhaust gases go into the turbo, spin the impeller faster. The impeller drives the turbo, which then forces more air to go into the intake. So it's kind of like that, where a supercharger is parasitic, a turbocharger is a scavenging system. Well, parasitic is almost scavenging, but you know what I mean. Turbos are free energy, superchargers cost energy. Also, it takes power to make power on a supercharger. So if you have too big of a supercharger on a diesel engine, you won't even see any real power increases. What kind of dog is he? Sorry, don't see him, just jumped in. I got an American Bulky, paid for all training once he checked a few boxes I was looking for. My boy's Bentley. Rocky is a German Shepherd American Staffordshire Terrier. Hello, Joe. I also like weapons. Thank you, ATF man. I also like not violating the Geneva Convention. because it keeps me on the right side of the law. I hate cars that have fake engine noises pumped in, man. Glad it's possible to turn them off. Stupid trend coming from a 20-year-old car to a new one. You know what's funny? The Coyote 5.0 in the Mustang has a sound symposer, which takes intake noise and pumps it directly into the cabin. If I didn't have Caesar, I would be a lost soul. He is my brother. Dogs are our companions. And it doesn't matter if you got a boy dog, a girl dog, a he, him, her, she, it, them dog. A dog is a dog, dude. Dog will love you unconditionally. If I wake up in the morning and step on his tail, he's going to think that I woke up just to step on his tail because I love him so much. But some days he pisses me the fuck off. Because he woke up this morning, ever since daylight savings time, he's been trying to get me to go to the park at his, what he perceives to be his normal time. It's dark out at 6:30. I thought my speaker was fricked since a fake engine noise came out of the speaker and made the music sound like shite. Yeah, I bet. What's your favorite kind of Australian truck? It would probably be a Holden Commodore. Yeah, I said that really bad. With an LS. Focus on your transmission, diesel boy. That's where the torque comes from. Yeah. I was torn between typical shepherd or going my own direction. Best decision of my life. Well, there you go, dude. So, a lot of people, will judge you by your choice of service animal. And also to all of you that are putting service dog or service animal patches on a fucking Chihuahua, stop. You're not fooling anybody, and you're actually making it more difficult for those of us that have actual service animals. A fucking Chihuahua I've never seen one that could be trained to detect diabetes. Never seen one. Is it possible? I guess so, but not as many as I've seen out in public. Gotta run. Take care, man. Rocky 2. You too, man. I'm going to be going in about 10 minutes myself. They still might make an El Caminos, Rancheros. They still might make El Caminos and Rancheros in Australia. Well, GM shut down Australia's Holden division, so they don't make anything. If Ford still makes a Ute, that's cool. Oh, fuck, yeah, they do. If you put a vest on and an untrained dog, fuck you. Yeah, isn't that stupid? So I get that from time to time from people, especially at the dog park. There's people that bring their dogs there. There's a dude that brought a dog, and he wears a best friend badge. Like, does he take him into stores hoping nobody reads the badge or what? But Rocky is a service dog. When we're in a store, if you ever see us, if you're ever in Northern Virginia and you see us in a store, you will see that he is 100% on the job. The minute he walks into a store, he's checking everything. His ears are tucked. He doesn't greet people. He doesn't walk up to people. The minute he gets his vest on, he knows it's fucking work time. So he knows how to be a service animal. When these freaking idiots are just throwing service vests, because you can buy them on Amazon for $20, they're just throwing service animal vests on dogs that are untrained. So they're running around in the store, peeing on everything, jumping on people's kids, eating the food in the aisles, and then you see them and they're like, oh, he's a service animal, it's fine. Get out. What's your opinion on the Ford Falcon? I wish we got the Ford Falcon here in the States. All we got was the goddamn Taurus. I would have loved, even the shitty looking one. So you guys had the XB Falcon, which looked like a Taurus, but it was still a 5.0 rear-wheel drive sedan. I wish we got all of those here. Ain't nobody's going to rob Unc's house. Nah, well, they're not going to live to tell the tale. I mean, there's a lot of fresh, they're digging for new property behind my place. Yeah, I hope they don't dig too deep. That's why I dig holes at 8 feet. Yeah, stop putting service animal patches on regular pets in general. If it does nothing but ruins the concept for folks that actually need it. If you do that, you can suck it. So there are some states that have been trying to initiate a registry for service animals, but nobody will enforce that because it violates ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, and the price that a place can pay. I'm waiting for the day that I get kicked out of a place. Because believe it or not, if a company, my service dog, and he's in my medical file, by the way. So I also take him to the fucking hospital when I go for my appointment. I take him to my doctor because he's my service animal. I need him. So if I go to a place that has public access, even a restaurant, anywhere like that, Rocky is allowed in every single public space that I can go into, and they cannot charge me because I have a service animal. Like hotels cannot charge you more if you have a service animal. But if The highest reward given, I look up all this shit because I like to be able to at least explain to somebody, look, you can continue to try to ask me to leave with my service animal, but I'm going to own this fucking building. The last like major settlement that the DOJ charged a place like a settlement for a company asking somebody with a legitimate service animal to leave was $175,000. And it's always minimum tens of thousands of dollars. So I'm waiting for somebody to fucking tell me to leave because the minute somebody does, I'm getting 3 Barretts. Yeah, stop putting, yep. Mason, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I had a little person, but dog ears and a tail on it called my service animal. You have T-Mobile or Verizon? Why, you trying to hack me? Did you see that picture I put in the Discord of the dog who pooped in Lowe's? Yeah. Abushiri, I just looked. Holy shit, 2,000 people? I am so sorry. I didn't notice that, brother. I'm more of a cat guy. Holy crap. Everybody, Abushiri, W, bro. That's crazy. Thank you. I'm more of a cat guy. It's hard to have a service cat. Have you ever seen a cat when you're dying? They're just like, that is crazy. Much love, dude. Magnum, I love the setup. Thank you, sir. Damn. I looked over. I'm like, wait, what the hell is that? And then I looked up and saw your comment. Holy shit. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you ever come over to my Discord and let me know if we can do something to raid you back. We don't have but like 60 members, but we'll come raid you every time. I'm a pet cat. That's called a furry. I have a pet cat. Oh, well, that's just called normal. How much guns do you have? I don't know, Magnum, and I'm not saying that as a joke. I don't keep track. I know there's roughly 30 guns behind me, ish. But like once I put a gun away in the safe, it doesn't exist. Hopefully see you with 10K views. I wish you had the best brothers. Bro, thank you so much. I appreciate that one, man. That's amazing, man. Yeah, we broke 10,000 views, no problem, because of you last time, and you doubled the raid. I don't even know how you freaking are able to do that. That's amazing. Every one of you that's in here on the raid, thank you so much, man, because you are definitely helping the algorithm, and you were right. I've had a couple of streams without a raid that have gotten in the 200 to 300 continuous, what do they call it? Anyways, at the same time, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm not really a pet person. I suppose to die before me. Why would I voluntarily put myself through that? You have chihuahuas, chinchillas. You have chinchillas. You got a python? Yeah. But here's where I look at it, Stone. There's a chance Rocky's going to outlive me. He's only 19 months, and I'm not in good health. Do you have a pet bass? No. But I had a friend who did. He caught one in a river and kept it. Wow, that's just crazy. All you guys are crazy. I love that. If I ever get a strong enough community to direct them to go raid somebody, I'm going to do that. The raids have helped your engagement ton. Super appreciated for sure. Absolutely. Abu Shari, man. W is hell, dude. L Variant, hello. Best trigger upgrade for Ruger AR-556 carbine. That's going to be a very personal choice. I like CMMG's drop-in trigger. Some people prefer the Geisley or a Timney or a Rise Armament. I really like CMMG's drop-in trigger. It's a one-piece trigger pack. It's got you can get anywhere from a 2.5 to a 4-pound trigger. You can get flat and curved, and they're like $100. How are the mean sneaky cobra? What? Hey man, I got a question. Is it possible to make tax write-offs by including each firearm as an occupant as a property? No, but believe it or not, and I'm not saying this to encourage you to do this, but if you start a gun channel, you can then write off gun purchases, although you can't show losses for too many years in a row, so you can't do it often. Yeah, I understand why people do it, but I don't. Those things will love, and those things will live 30 years. It's because they don't do anything but eat and poop. Let them out once. An owl will eat it. Chinchillas are rats, man. I love chinchillas. Chinchillas are one of my favorites. What do you think about the 43X with the PSA Dagger 15-round mags? 15-round mags from PSA Dagger definitely work, but keep your eyes on the future here. Daria Arms and I are working on something. I'm waiting for them to send me the product, but it's going to be pretty fucking interesting, so don't just buy something yet. Will, thank you. You're welcome, dude. What do you think about, what's your opinion on Ithaca and 7 a.m.? I don't know what that means. What do I think about 7 in the morning? That's usually when I'm taking Rocky to the dog park. And Ithaca, in terms of gun manufacturing, they made 1911s and great shotguns. Hang on a second. Are you okay, buddy? Why are you sleeping in there? Is it too bright? It's okay. It's okay. I'm not trying to interrupt you. You're a good boy. Is it because I picked you up? Is it because I made fun of your name? You're okay, buddy. You're good. Here, I'll turn off the light. There, now you can go lay down in the bed. Go on. It's okay. You don't have to stay in here. You can go that way. Go ahead. It's okay. I'll be there soon. Go on. Or go lay down. I don't care. You can go wherever you want. This whole place is set up to be a dog sanctuary, bro. It's just weird that you're laying in the middle of the living room floor. I love you, buddy. Please don't die anytime soon. I can't predict when I'm going to die. My parents made me promise that I wouldn't kill myself again, so I at least have that going for me. But they also said I'm not allowed to die until they're 120. I'll be 100 fucking years old, man. All right. Darius should be sending you it soon, right? They said sometime during November, if I recall. They had to push back their launch a little bit, but yeah, we are still in contact about that. The last time they sent me an email, they said they're pushing back into December. So hopefully in the next few weeks, they'll send me the products. Yo, dude, how was your day? Pretty good, Unique. What's your favorite gun? 1911s, Egg. 1911s in general are my favorite. Yeah, Stone, you popped in earlier. Have you heard of the old Pet Sematary movie? Yes, the original Pet Sematary movie was amazing. It's also, I'll point out, one of the few movies that was adapted from a Stephen King book where somebody dies in the movie the way they died in the book. If you read Christine, way more violent. If you watch Cujo at the end of Cujo, where people live, spoiler alert on a 35-year-old book, but yeah, Cujo, the book, is dark as shit. Thank you for the live chat tonight. Thank you for coming in, Stacy. Yeah, I need Mouse to see my question in the Discord. Oh, nice. I am 12 and mine is 30-6. Egg, I'm not going to ban you, but you really can't be commenting right now after saying that. So I apologize, but don't comment anymore. YouTube will kick they'll destroy my live stream. So do me a favor. Don't type that you're 12. Retract that comment and we're good. There you go. What guns do you not recommend for a first buy? Oversized calibers. A lot of people think it's funny to go out and buy a Magnum 500 for their first gun. I also don't recommend just buying what everybody tells you to buy. So my recommendation is don't take recommendations for purchases. But yeah, oversized calibers are kind of a problem. 13 is fine, Gene. It's a weird thing. Yeah, but just don't type that sentence again. Don't reveal your age again. I didn't see it. It's no longer there. I'm not responsible. But if you type anything or if you get involved in a comment, you're going to have to go. Sorry. And it's nothing against you, brother. Stone, 13-year-olds are allowed in here. YouTube's minimum age for a not underage is 13. What are your thoughts on the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp? It's fine. Abu Shiri, probably most people who are interested in guns are 21 plus. Unfortunately, here in the United States, it's almost a damn requirement. Holy, greeting Joe in chat. Lycan, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, brother. I just deleted the comment. All right. Yo, $10 is sick. You ain't kidding, man. Lycan has been a huge supporter of this channel for a long time. Lycan, Stonehaven, Drunk Mouse, McManus, all the guys. Untitled Goose, if we ever see him again. Untitled Goose was one of the biggest donators on the channel, but he got a real life, if I could say it that way. He started working his ass off. Last time I talked to him, he was telling me he's working his ass off, so it's amazing that he's doing what he's doing. Yeah, egg, man. All right, I tried. Yeah, Goose isn't watching as much. I think he's always working now. See, that's the problem. That's why if you're under a certain age, it gets really difficult to have somebody in a chat. So I'm sorry, Egg. You can't do it, man. I gave you the rules and you kept going, brother. I'm sorry. You can keep watching, of course, man, but yeah, you can't type now. Girls, come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. The last time Zaxxon appeared, he said that he was super busy with work because things got fucked up. He's in California, so I mean that's just California things. No, I don't hate it. I just don't understand it because I don't do TikTok. Oh, wow. Best budget shotgun. I'm going to give you two options. Maverick 88 from Mossberg and the Stevens 320. I would recommend the 88 over the 320. However, the 320, you can get two barrel lengths plus a pistol grip for about the same money as a standard Mossberg 88. But the Maverick 88, Mossberg 88 can take all the Mossberg 500 upgrades. So it's more upgradable than the Stevens. So you could take a Maverick 88, upgrade it with a few internals, and basically have a Mossberg 500. Now there are some differences, of course, but they are very interchangeable. It's a call sign for idiots. Gotcha. Thank you, Leafy. What about the Boss 25? I don't know what the Boss 25 one is. Do you have many friends that are interested in guns? I have two sets of friends. I have my gun store friends, people I met while working in gun stores. I have my friends that, I'm very close to people that gave me the sloth, really good friends of mine now. Started by being just cordial gun shop. I did everything for them. I was nice to them. It's amazing what a little bit of kindness does for a relationship. They are so amazing. They bought me barbecue for my birthday yesterday because they knew I wasn't feeling well enough to go out. They were fucking awesome. But yeah, I have two different groups. I have another group of people that I never even talk about guns with. Honestly, it's kind of like my dog park friends, my friends and people I know from the dog park. We're going to be doing like a D&D game when my buddy Barry gets it set up. And I don't know if Kat's going to be there. But those are the folks I don't really talk too much about guns with. I don't talk about the channel much. We talk about Rocky's channel, Dog and a Dude. And then Rocky doesn't ever go to the range with me. So he's not in my gun world either. Do you collect other things? Comic books, venereal diseases. No, comic books, computer equipment, technology. I like a lot of calculators. I love old calculators. Play every day, carry as a Taurus, Spectrum 380, carrying for 5 years, fit the palm of my hand. It's an interesting gun. The Spectrum, it didn't take off because of the leatherette feeling patches on it, but I admit it's a cool looking gun. AR style shotgun is like 350 and has a 10 round mags. Oh, so this is no detriment to Turkish stuff. Some of my best guns, my Gerson is Turkish. I'm not really excited or happy with a lot of the AR style shotguns outside of the Darius shotguns, and this isn't because they're sending me guns. They were the maker of Rock Island's VR80, and that gun is amazing. Holy shit! GTR Player comes in with a $50 donation. Enjoy your twisted ways. We have the same love for 1911 and 2011. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I never know how to say thank you the right way. To all you guys that were in the raid that are leaving, thank you guys as well. You guys are freaking amazing. Can I see a comic? I love comics, especially like DC Comics. They're all in another room, and I can't get up and get them right now. Amazing SIG collection that you got up there. It's not all of them, but they're the ones I got this year. Holy shit! Yo, what's up? Sam, welcome back, dude. Yeah, as the raid ended, you guys are fucking amazing. You guys are throwing me out. Angel Fuentes. All the guns you see on the wall, except the AR-15 up there, all I acquired within the last year, 2024, 2025. That's 3 years of saving for me, at least. Oh, are you comics more display, or do you actually read them? I know a lot of folks displayed them. I read my comic books. I lost a lot of comic books. When I moved here from Minnesota, I left thousands there, and the shed shack that they were in got broken into. and a bunch of them were stolen. And then when I moved down here, I brought what was left, and they got stolen out of my storage locker. So I actually lost thousands of comic books due to that. How many of you shot guns while dual wielding? One of the very first videos on the channel was the Rock Island 1911 and the Chiappa M922. I dual wielded those. I don't do a lot of videos dual wielding. It's really hard to dual wield, even with my fucked up eyes. It's hard to acquire 2 targets at once. Although I haven't tried it since I had the LASIK surgery, because I can switch which eye is dominant now. So I may have to try it. I have a friend that's named Owen. Nice. How many guns have you shot? He whistles and he says, when did you start collecting comics? So my dad was the original collector, and he still has like a Fantastic Four #1 in a frame. He keeps saying it's a repro, but I don't think it is, because he's had it forever, dude. Yeah, he had the collection first. He gave it to me. I fucked up and sold a bunch of it. I'm not gonna lie. He had like 4,000 comics, something like that. I sold the collection down to like 2,500 comics because I was a dumbass, and then they all got stolen. So now I've only got like a few hundred comics. I collect a lot of Iron Man comics, so just in Iron Man comics, I got like 200. Starting beginning of the year, we're gonna take them down to put up your 2026. If I actually get some sponsors and shit, and I start acquiring enough firearms, yes, I will start taking some of the guns down and putting up the new acquisitions. But then there's also some guns, like my buddies, the one that bought me the Sloth and bought me lunch for my birthday yesterday. I promised him the Canic when I eventually get tired of it. It's 6 a.m. for us, not too many going to stay up, but we were trying our best. Dude, thank you so much, Abu Sherry. You guys are amazing. You don't have to keep staying. I appreciate the hell out of it. You guys are so awesome. Thank you very much. He's a gang member. He doesn't talk. What? That's unfortunate. I hope you can get some of them back. Cool to see you actually read them, though. I get the display crowd, but part of the fun is actually reading them. I've never, honestly, I don't like reading them digitally. Like, I tried reading them off of a tablet and stuff. It just doesn't do it for me. I like the holding them, you know? Thoughts on the 88 Cruiser? I'd take one. Correct me if I'm wrong. 88 Cruiser is the one without the brace. It's just the pistol grip one. Are you excited for 4th of July? It's going to be 250-year anniversary. Big significance. Dude, I'm not even excited for Thanksgiving, because with my physical health and my injuries and my life and shit, dude, I almost spent my birthday in the hospital. I'm not going to lie. I had a really bad nosebleed yesterday that wouldn't stop for like an hour. So, yeah, I don't plan that far ahead, dude. I don't even plan for when the next good movie's coming out. What guns do you clean the most? I clean every gun I take to the range every time I go to the range. So typically that gun gets cleaned a lot. My Gerson gets cleaned a lot. The XP Pro gets cleaned a lot. So if it's a gun I shoot a lot, it definitely gets cleaned a lot. Those are probably my top 3 right now. Have you ever heard of the Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe? Yes, used to have one. I actually prefer the Super Coupe, which came out later. So the Turbo Coupe used the SVO's 4-cylinder engine with manual transmission. It was cool, but the Super Coupes used a 3.8-liter supercharged V6, and that engine was shit because it used the standard 3.8 Ford motor, which blew head gaskets all the time, and then you supercharged it, put an extra, I think it was like only like 12 pounds of boost. But you were putting a little bit of boost through it, but damn, they were way faster. Yo, brother, I contacted my friend. Let's see if he can do a European... let's see if you can do a Europe server raid. That would be crazy, dude. What's the oldest gun you have? I have a 1903 Colt Pocket Hammerless that was manufactured in 1907. That's my oldest gun. Yep, just the grip. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't mind it. It doesn't serve as many purposes for me because I'm more of a long distance and I have bad nerve damage. So for me to use a gun without a brace is a little bit more difficult. A shotgun, I mean. Yet for a home defense, hell yeah, dude. Why not? You can swing that around easy, and it stands up easier. You know, it takes up less space next to the nightstand because it's shorter. Dang, I feel you. I never set off fireworks or anything either. I usually just eat good. So here's the funny thing. My parents stay up every New Year's Eve. I sleep through it every year. I go to bed at 10 o'clock on New Year's Eve. I get nosebleed all the time and they all last at least 30 minutes. Yeah, I had a bad history out of it as a child. I used to get really bad nosebleeds, like a lot. Like, and then if I ever got hospitalized, I had really bad childhood asthma, and then I would get really bad nosebleeds, and they'd have to change my sheets every morning because it was covered in blood. So when I had that happen the other day, man, it panicked yesterday. It was yesterday morning. I wake up, I'm just kind of laying over the side of the bed, and I blew my nose, and just fucking fountain of blood comes out of my nose. You dual wielded both the SD9s. Oh yeah, that's right, I did. That was the last time then. Spam or canned tuna? Canned tuna, my friend. I've never been a fan of spam. I'll eat it, but I've never been a fan of some. I do not have a 7mm Ultra Mag. What do you think about the Impala Plus shotgun? I've never messed with one, dude. You're a driver. Am I a driver? You mean like for a company like Lyft or Uber? No. If you're asking if I'm a driver like transporter, no. God dang, man. The fact that 300 of y'all is still hanging in there, you guys fucking rock. 1,000 likes in one video, that is insane. You guys are kings. Thank you guys so much. And again, you guys are making the algorithm want to show me, and it has definitely showed through. Because after the last one when 1,000 of y'all came in, holy crap, I was blown away by that. More of my lives or more of my shorts are getting watched, and I appreciate the shit out of that. Hold on, let me refresh because my chat likes to die on me, and I apologize. Woohoo! I got one more sub over at Seated VR. Thank you. Yeah, almost 1,000 likes. Man, it's freaking crazy. You guys are amazing, dude. What's your favorite steak? I like a good New York strip steak. I enjoy a T-bone steak. People just look at me weird because I like to get all the meat off the bone, so I'll like pick it up and eat it like a comic book character, or a comic strip character like Dagwood Bumstead. No problem, bro. You're probably the most interesting live stream I've seen in my 91,639 years of living. Gosh dang, man, you've been living a little bit long, man. Are you the guy that built the Ark? Or you Noah? T-bone is good. I like a good T-bone, but it's got to be made right, man. Some people can overcook those. Glad to see you happy. Thank you, man. Like, you guys with this stuff, it's just so cool to see when people are put that kind of effort into supporting somebody, because that's what I appreciate that about the world, man. I'm actually trying to be nicer and not cuss as much because I'm trying to be more polite in case the rest of your raiders don't want as much cussing. Besides 1911s, if you can only have one pistol, what would it be? It would be a SIG 226, probably the X5 Classic, full stainless with the G10 grips and the magwell. The lives are having a lot more engagement and active people in it too. The raids are definitely helping. Props to Abashiri. Absolutely, man. Back up to 500 viewers. Yeah. Abu Sherry said they were going to contact one of their European friends. It's like, God dang, you guys are friggin' awesome, man. You guys got like a company you want to promote or something? Dude, I'm here for it, bro. I parted the Red Sea. Muhammad! Wait, he climbed the mountain. Who parted the Red Sea? My brain just stopped, man. Also, my right eye is way closed right now. Moses, thank you. I can't believe I forgot that. Moses and Aaron parted the Red Seas. Thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why my brain stopped on that. It does that all the time. Like when I'm trying to think of Agatha Christie and Jewel, I get them mixed up. Same person. Nah, we do troll raids, but you're so cool, man. We never see someone like you always happy, not accusing us of doing something bad. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm glad that that's the way you guys went, because that would have hurt my feelings bad. But yeah, thank you, guy. See another YouTuber that collects guns, would you see them as competition or a new companion? I look at all two-way, like if you're referring to just dudes, like on YouTube doing lives and stuff, I'm all for it, man. there is more than enough viewership out there for other channels. In fact, Chanson, Precision for Pores, Kablamo, Ammo Alchemist, a lot of those guys started lives, and I helped promote them a bit, and they're doing well. A lot of them have gained a lot of subscribers. I am absolutely fine with that. There are a few YouTubers, and I hate that I have to admit that I'm a YouTuber. There are some YouTubers that I just don't like, and that's fine. We live in a world where you don't have to like everybody. I respect their grind, some of them, but I'll never be friends with them because I just don't like them. And that's fine. They don't like me. A lot of them don't like me. Opinion on airsoft. Airsoft has its place, man. Airsoft is a good training tool if you don't want to fire 22s and you want to practice in your house and you want some kind of recoil. Even though it's not as good as real recoil, some of the guns that they make nowadays, some of the replicas are so goddamn good. I try and catch a few lives a week. I appreciate that, Booty. Thanks for the tip on flat face trigger. Shot one the other day and my mind is made up. I got optics and a trigger company. Any other suggestions for a 6 CCW? No, man. Honestly, that's about it because it seems like you've covered most of your bases, dude. Yeah, you should be good. Tactical Llama is on live. Yeah, Tactical Llama is a cool ass dude. He's been doing lives. Patriot Arms, Desert Armory, FV Ordnance, all these guys that used to come in here all the time. They're not here as often because they're all off doing their own thing, and I'm fine with that. I don't care. I want everybody to succeed because those guys have a lot of the same like feelings and thoughts towards guns as I do. That's why they used to hang out here, and they're promoting a better YouTube for gun tubers. They're not the guys that are sitting there threatening people and calling people, you know, well, actually, I call a lot of people stupid fucking morons, but they're not the ones out there hurting other people. Holy cow. Is it? I have not refreshed it. Did you just super raid me? Holy crap. Mine says 900. Holy crap. Whoa. Abu Sheri, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I can't even. God, that's more than I get in a month normally. That is amazing. Thank you. Have I used a Handle It Grips Elite Series? I have not. What is that? Let me look it up real quick. Yo, keep it real. You keep it real and you know you're shite. I try to keep it as real as I can. Handle It. Oh, okay, like a wraparound grip. I don't use wraparounds much. The most I do with wraparounds, so the XP Pro there has Talon grips on it, but they're not actually, it's the sheet of Talon grips, but it's also fully silicone carbided underneath the grips. So the grips, that grip tape's never coming off. I used an epoxy and a silicone carbide to redo the grip on that one. But the only time I really put silicone carbide on is like my 1911s that don't have front strap checkering, like that one there. You can see it on the stainless one up there. I'll just run a piece on the front of that. Don't thank me. You are like my brother, man. Thank you. I know I just thanked you again, but thank you. My scope came in today, so I'm wicked excited. Rifle build is now complete. Just sharing that positive energy. Cool, dude. Absolutely, dude. I'm happy for you, bro. Is your favorite animal a sloth, or do you just have those stuffies? So they became my favorite animal, but there's a bit of a story behind why I have them. So I am a double amputee, but it wasn't like a shut and get rid of them. The left foot was cut off in 2015. The right foot they took in pieces. So at one point I had 3 toes. And everybody was like, oh, well, you can't walk fast, so you're a 3-toed sloth, Joe the 3-toed sloth. So my parents, for Christmas one year, sponsored sloths with the World Wildlife Foundation. Those are what those are for. They sponsored sloths, and then other people saw them, and then I found one at a online auction. It's just a Beanie Baby. I'm like, oh, cool, I'll pick that one up. And then my good friends bought me that one for my birthday. So sloths have just kind of become like my spirit animal. Brother, for self-defense, would you pick a revolver or a pistol? Personally, I'm taking a pistol. My personal protection carry is a 1911. Revolvers work very well, and you can get 8-round 38 guns. I think you can get 8-round 357s. Those are expensive, but like I think a 627 Tracker from Taurus is a 7-round 357. That's a lot of power to have. So it's personal preference. I prefer the semi-auto, so. Mainly for reloading, you can reload a semi-auto very quickly. If you practice with the revolver, I know you can swing out the cylinder, drop it out, put it in, snap it back, and go, but not quite as fast. Do I have any revolvers? Yes, I have a Ruger GP100, a Ruger SP101, a Rock Island AL22, which was way too much money, and then that Heritage Barkeep up there. I was at a Bible study tonight, and their daughter had a sloth just like the new one. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I named it Gary for some reason. 600 people. Grayson, what's up, dude? We had 2,000 tonight. Believe it or not, look at the likes, dude. Abu Shiri freaking rated me twice tonight. What do you think about katanas? I've never had one. My father had one because he was into martial arts, but I never had one. Should have took a pic of it and sent it to you. You can always find it during the replay. Oh wait, no, I don't think it shows it during the replay. Oh, did it turn messy? No, it was okay. So I had some really good friends bring me. Well, I had a bloody nose in the morning, so I had to deal with that. That took an hour to heal up. Took Rocky to the park. We only stayed there for 20 minutes because my nose didn't feel good. Came home. My friends were like, "Hey, we're bringing you lunch." They didn't ask me. So normally they call and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna stop by." I'm like, "That's cool." They like, "Do you want anything for lunch?" And I usually already have like hot dogs or something made. So I was like, yeah, if you want to stop by, that'd be awesome. And they're like, "Cool, we're bringing you lunch." And I was like, "Oh, you don't." They're like, "We're bringing you lunch." So they brought barbecue, which was amazing. There's this place, Mission Barbecue, near me. They support 2A. They support veterans. They love my dog. Freaking amazing barbecue at good prices. They sell and they do a sirloin steak or I can't remember what kind of steak it is, like $13 every month or so. Great food. And they brought that by and we had that. We hung out, we looked at guns, and that was it. That's all I did. Have you seen the Bronze Fusion XP Pro Comp? I have. I would love to get my hands on one. If Fusion Firearms is watching, guys, Abu Shiri is helping me grow the channel massively. Massively. I'm going to get there. If you're interested, Kareem, Paul Harrell did some great videos on revolvers versus autos. Very professional, informative, gets around all the BS associated between the rivalry. Great, man. Suggesting a dead YouTuber over me. I see how it is. No, Paul Harrell's the GOAT, dude. What do you think about the Beretta APX A1? It's a good gun. I wish the frame was slightly different. I wish it was a little bit thicker in the middle. Don't we all? And it's just... I'm not a big fan of polymer guns. The polymer guns I have up there are usually converted to metal frames, or they're really good. Gotta go, be right back. My old lady's calling. Mission Barbecue is good. Yeah, it is. Since you play games, would you say guns in games are similar to guns in real life? Some of them are. Some of them are off. Sighting can be hit or miss in some games. Like, I played Ghosted Tabor. Ghosted Tabor is an extraction shooter, and they have a lot of real-life guns in the game, but a lot of the guns don't work right. They patch it out every now and then. Like, they just released an update 2 days ago. I did a video yesterday. They added the Elken Spectre, which is an amazing optic. And they also finally, after 2 years, fixed their AR-15s. The AR-15s in their game had reciprocating charging handles. So every time you fired it, the reciprocating handle was flying back at your face. Did you get bombed again? Yeah, twice. Abu Shiri, look how many people we still have. But yeah, did you pick any subs tonight? I didn't look. Hold on. Actually, Roy has gotten better. New content isn't the same, but Roy has really gotten past the camera free. The fright, yeah. Did you ever resolve the issue with YouTube deleting past videos? HR Funk was having an issue as well. No, I sent them a new email this morning about that, so I'm waiting for them to answer me back. Let me see, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've gotten 186 subscribers today, I think. I'm not managing the raid, my friend does. Oh. Well, tell him super thanks, dude. That is amazing as hell, dude. You played Escape from Tarkov. I have it. I haven't played it. Although Escape from Tarkov PvE has a VR mode, so I may play it. So I am very disabled, right? So I play PvE. I don't play PvP because I will get destroyed by anybody. I don't have the reflexes I used to have when it comes to a VR game because, you know, in real life, it's different when you're shooting guns in real life. The feel, the weight, the experience. I can shoot a real handgun pretty quick. Like in VR games, dude, I get too much anxiety. Without your help, Abashiri, we wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah, no kidding, man. He said, "You're welcome, fella." Tell him thank you. Tell him very much thank you, man. It's amazing that you guys are even doing that. Hey, FV, what's going on? We were actually talking about you, bro. We were talking about it. Somebody asked me if I would be friends with other gun tubers, and I said, yeah, guys like you. Booty Bandit says, congrats on the sub tonight. Thank you, man. Gun support on YouTube needs all the love. It's amazing that thousands can watch Roblox when there's actually cool shit on here like this. BFF. Yeah. No, see, the problem, Stone, is it's not that you suck at, like, so Stone and I have played Ghost of Tabor a couple of times, and I've given him like $1 million worth of shit. No, I'm messing with you. But you just need to focus on just doing the shooting. Just practice that. If you are going to play another game to get better at shooting, get Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades, Stone. Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades is very good at letting you learn how to shoot in VR. Did you do a live tonight, FE? Booty Bandit, sup? Yeah, Too Unique said hi. Thank you again for saying hi. You must have scrolled away. No live tonight? Oh. You out doing something? I'm sorry, man. I haven't seen no, that was Desert Armory. I haven't seen too many shorts lately. You've been slacking. I get that. Trust me. I almost didn't go live tonight. I would have fucked up. If I didn't go live tonight, I'd have missed Abushiri and a double raid. I might get the same headset you've got because the one I have, if I look around, it's blurry, so it's hard to aim. Yeah, get the Quest 3. It's like $500, but it's got the pancake lenses. They're so much better. You think Ruger will fold like Glock? I've read conflicting things. A lot of people are saying that they're going to tell them to screw off. I hope they don't cave. I mean, it's not their whole brand, so, I mean, technically they could just discontinue it in California and say, screw you, which would probably be the better thing. Because it's not the U.S. government that went after Glock, it was California. But the problem is, if a state bans an entire firearm like Glock, then all the police forces are going to stop using it. And when the police forces stop using it, that's when you have a problem. And the RXM is not carried by law enforcement. I've got shorts. They've been doing good. Have night match tomorrow, so we'll post that. Sweet! Vaseline is supposed to be releasing another headset. I think you mean Valve, but that would be cool. Vaseline, new VR headset. Goes on smooth. Leaves a nice smell. But yeah, I did see that. It's like their own thing. I like that, though. I'm calling your headset a Vaseline now. My shorts are doing bad. Dude, it's all YouTube's fault. Like right now, one of my most popular shorts right now is one I did. Tickles on the way in. Lol. Yeah. My most popular short right now is the frickin' dagger. I did the PSA dagger, $300 Glock 19 or better. It's had 25,000 views in the last 48 hours. That's a video I did 3 months ago. Or 3 years ago. That's crazy. Dude, you guys are so freaking amazing. Am I planning to rescue Morpheus? I need guns. No, Morpheus is a big man. He can do it on his own. Is that a Colt 1911? No. No Colts on that wall. My big ass. 357 mag or 44 mag? 45 ACP, son. I have Vive Focus Vision with face tracking. It's amazing in VR chat. Just the ultimate realism, especially full body tracking. It makes you lose reality. Dude, I lose reality in the Quest 3. I would love to mess with that one. That's the one that like Fillion and some of the VTubers use, right? Like Fillion, because she does a lot of the full body tracking and stuff. Is that the one she uses? When did you post that video? Here, I'll tell you. It's had over 3 million views. But the fact that it's getting views right now is the hilarious thing. I posted that video actually 3 years ago, November 13th, 2022. So I posted that on my birthday in 2022. No, I posted it November 11th, excuse me. And it's had 3 million or 3.2 million, and it's gained me 10,000 subscribers. That video has gained me 10,000 subscribers. My shorts have gained me almost all of my subscribers. I would be at like 25,000 if I hadn't started doing shorts. Yeah, so shorts, all time. Also, the one I did on the Ruger LC carbine, when that first came out 4 years ago, has gotten 180,000 views this month. But yeah, the video I did on the the Walther PPK got me 32,000 subscribers. It's had 9 million views. It tracks your face and your eyes, and when you use full body with index controllers, you feel like you're really inside the world when you look at the mirror. Dude, I would love to try that. Hopefully, if I get some better money, I'm going to start Twitch streaming and doing some YouTube dual streaming for my VR gaming, just like ASMR, just running through games. Got a wall like kick-ass. Thank you. How much was the collection? I don't really know, Owen, because it's not just these guns. These are the guns I got in 2024, 2025. Shorts are good and not annoying with loud music. Thank you, sir. The first one you saw was the C2. Oh, you might have been researching staccatos. Would you say on average your long or short forms get more views? Or are the communities between the two different? The communities are very different between a short form and a long form. That's kind of why I do vertical lives. If I started doing long form lives, I wouldn't get nearly the same audience. I was thinking about dual. The only downside, it has the old valve lenses, not like the pancakes in the Quest 3, but it has advanced technology. I would love to see a newer Vive, because I almost bought the Vive. So I've had all the variants of the Quest. I have the original Quest CV1s. I have the 2, the 3. I don't have like the S's or the Pros. You don't want to get those because they're not worth it if you have the regular ones. But I never bought the Vive because I wanted the Vive Pro, and it was like $1,000 just for the Pro. I can't imagine how much the Focus is. First video I saw was the C2. Yeah, so but yeah, totally different audiences. So my videos, my shorts videos, lifetime, right? So we're talking lifetime. I've gotten 75 million of my. So I've gotten 75 million views on my shorts since I started doing them. I've had 85 million views on the channel. So only 10 million views are on my long form videos. Yeah, so that'll tell you where we're at. Like I get about 1 million views a month. 80% of them are from shorts. If you did do the dual stream, would you fuck around with the 1911s on Twitch like you were thinking? That would be a great best of both worlds. I've been thinking about it. I need to practice, like on a live stream, I need to practice having a camera above the desk and then just doing the live stream off the seeing how I need to frame it. Because if I accidentally pick up a gun and get my YouTube channel shut down because of that, or I can't stream for a week, that would be sucky. You're back to a K. Let's go. Yeah, I just saw that. 1,170 people watching. You are the Asmund Gold of guns. That's weird. I would love to be that. I would rather be Charlie, honestly, Penguin Zero. But yeah, I get it. And dude, if you guys are here for it, I'm down to keep doing it. And my dog is sleeping and smiling. It's the cutest thing. He's got the uwu. He's got the uwu. But yeah, I would love to be that guy for guns. I'm gonna show you the gun wall. We're tricking Rocky into thinking I'm not gonna film him. Look at him just sitting there. He's so pretty. He's like, why are we still alive, bro? We should be sleeping. But yeah, Rocky's a good boy. Just had to show you Rocky again. I'll go as long as you guys want to hang out tonight. So I've been reading statistics and stuff saying I need to film longer. So I'm trying it. Hold on. I got to reframe because I zoomed in and out. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. You guys are awesome. Demon Shepherd mix. German Shepherd, American Staffordshire Terrier, not Pity. What a good boy. Yep, he's a good boy. Like it for that, guys. AG loves Rocky. I was just watching the Dagger video you were talking about. You compare PSA to the Aldi of the gun world. I mean, honestly, it is. But also, I don't remember making that video. Johnny Glock's the Persona. That's a hell of a name for doing things. Oh, nice. How much health do you get him for? What? If you mean how much did I pay for him, he's a rescue, and he only cost me $300. He was actually 140, but that was too cheap, you know, because they had him for 2 months. They fed him for 2 months. They kept him at the shelter for 2 months. Yeah, you're getting thicker, boy. We got to watch your weight. But yeah, they had him for 2 months, and they only charged me $140. So I'm like, dude, take $300 off my card and sponsor another dog. Yes, up here in Winchester, where I am, it's minimum $500. And then you got to pay for his shots and neutering. He was already neutered, tattooed, chipped, everything for $140. Low chance, but do you remember the Rogan board? I was like, probably gun. It was Pirate Bay guns all in one site. It got shut down in 2014. I don't. I wasn't into guns back in 2014, so. All right, Rocky's just putting on a bit of a winter belly, but we all do it. No, he's muscle, dude. I don't know if I have the picture. If I do, I'll put it up on his channel. He was sitting on the couch looking at me, and when he sits on the couch because of the cushions give, he like flexes out. You know how like a bodybuilder when they do the flex and you have these muscles that go Rick? He did that, and he looked like he was twice as wide. Give Rocky a treat. He's had 6 treats during a live stream, my friend. I can't do it. I would, but he'd be overtreated. Yeah, I saw the short. His paw was folded, and bro has sick pump. I know, right? I wish I could, bro. I wish I could. I can't overtreat the dog. It could actually become detrimental to his health. I'm sorry, Owen. But if you go back to the very beginning, just really quickly, hit the scroll for the time and just scroll all the way back, you'll see me feeding him a treat. Why did it take so long for you to want to conceal carry? It didn't. I was concealed carrying immediately. So I started shooting guns in 2017. My buddy was getting his business plan in order to open his store. I had my concealed carry in 2018 before his store was open, and I've had it ever since. Do you have any more animals? No, I don't. I was thinking about getting a cat companion for him, but when I decided that he was going to become my service animal, I didn't want to distract him in his training, and I've never gotten another animal since. And now, you got to remember, my dog, for some reason, my dog is smarter than me somehow. He went through all of his training and everything. He was already able to recall with no issues, and he could respond to commands. He was already a year and 14 months. He was a year and 2 months old when I first got him, or a year and 3 months. So he already could understand English to the point where he could follow commands, and it took me less than 2 months to train him. Yo, you did have a rat. Yeah, it was a field mouse that I found, and he died. Now, trust me, I think about that every time I watch him, because the last thing I need is for Rocky to start dying on me. I'm telling you, if anybody hurts Rocky, even myself, they're dead. If Rocky died because of something I did, oh, I would not take it well. He is a German. He can also build rockets. Yes, but only the V1s, and they only go 50 to 100 miles before they go boom. I'm here for the Glock V bashing. I won't bash it until I get my hands on one. The main thing is I'm just a Glock basher in general, but I will bash it when I get my hands on one. Amazes me how smart dogs are. Crazy how they can understand us. They understand roughly 250 words. So not as many as gorillas, but a lot. How many 9mm? A lot. So my primarily main calibers that I have in my collection right now are 45 and 9mm. So, yeah. More than some people, 250 words. Dude, I've met some Alabama rednecks that don't understand yelp. What was his first words? Mountain Dew. Thank you to the chat, Abushiri and your friend. Thank you guys. If you're starting to leave the raid, I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. I noticed the numbers are dropping a little bit, so thank you guys so much, dude. 2.5 hours of almost like over 1,000 people. Holy shit! Thank you guys. Cost, what's up? Costa Pagno. Sound like that one unicorn from My Little Pony. Which one? Did you hit the like? I don't like my own videos. I feel that's cheating. Although I liked my own videos on Seated VR. If you guys are interested in watching a dumbass play VR poorly, go over to Seated VR, at Seated VR. That's my VR channel. I put up a video yesterday. I filmed a video today. I'm going to put that up today. So here's the point. I put up a video showing off the new optic, and I forgot to turn on aim down sights, so the recording shows, look at how clear the glass is, and I'm off to the side, so I'm putting up a new video tomorrow. Only that says, yep. That's the sheriff's. Keep it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate it. Can you show me your best weapon to hunt animals? They all are. Do I have a stoccato? No, I don't have any storcatos because storcatos are dumb. The company, not the guns. The guns are fine, but the company's shit. Patiently awaiting my Apex trigger before California makes it impossible to order online. Oh, yeah, I've got a few friends that we do custom orders for because, yeah, a lot of states, while they don't outright ban a gun, the manufacturers and distributors won't ship to them because their state is a bunch of a-holes. So there are workarounds. If the gun is legal in your state, but the capacity means that the online company won't send it to you, you need to find another FFL that you can send it to and then ship it. It may add a couple of bucks to the price of the gun, but it may be worth it for you in the long run. Just to get your motherfucking gun. Do you have any 5.56 caliber? The big one up there that has 5.56 on the mag. I've got... I've got 2. My internet keeps cutting out. Pay your bill. Can a Mac 9 use an FRT for an AR-15? A what? Are you talking about the MP5 clone? They have their own. Because of your channel, I discovered 2011s and want one. Dude, that's awesome to hear, and I highly encourage it, man. Couldn't see that. Sorry. No problem, dude. I was just kind of messing with you. I saw what you did to your RXM. So do you like Glocks? So you do like Glocks. No. If a Glock could be modified in the same way, it would still be $300 too expensive. The problem is, Rafa, is I don't like Glock the company more than I don't like the gun. I have problems with the gun. The gun is trash, but trash in a way that I have to expand on. It's trash because it's not perfection. It's mediocrity at best, and it is using stolen ideas from John Moses Browning, so they should say, we are almost perfect because we ripped off John Moses Browning right on the box. But I hate the company. I try to get my grandma to do that, but she isn't... down, I need to take a road trip, I guess. Lols.
Lols.
You have any snipers? No, actually, I really don't. Get a Nighthawk Sandhawk. Yeah, I don't know what the Mac 9 is then. I know I've asked this before, and I'm sorry I forgot. It's been a minute, but what's the difference between it and the 1911? Is it Series 70 versus Series 80? No. Let me pick up the phone, and I'll show you the difference. Because a lot of the guns I need to use for the reference are actually right next to each other. So... this is a traditional style 1911. It is single stack. It is also slide and frame, 2 pieces. So is that one, traditional 1911. This is a 1911 double stack or a high capacity 1911. This is based off the Para Ordnance design. Para Ordnance designed these back in the 80s, I think. As you can see, it's still frame and slide, 2 pieces, but it's extra wide to accommodate the double stack magazine. This is a 2011.
A 2011 has a slide, a mid frame. You can see how this is a removable piece, not touching it, YouTube, way away, but it has a removable mid frame and a separatable grip module. The grip module is what contains the trigger. So but it attaches, no, excuse me, the grip module goes around the trigger. The trigger is inside the mid frame, pardon me. So it's a three-piece design. Many people call those 2011s, and technically you're not wrong, especially since Staccato trademarked 2011. That is considered a 1911 still. But basically is right there is, it really doesn't matter. Sloth FX, what's up, dude? I got the Sloth. I got the tactical Sloth. Look at that fucker. That one's riding an AR-15, and this one's riding a 1022 with an $8 optic. What's up? I got a question. I just got my first gun. It's a Glock 19. Sorry about that. It's my everyday carry, but I want to get a gun to protect my house, and I don't know if I should get some people say AR-15, others a shotgun. Shotgun should be probably considered before an AR-15. The problem with an AR-15, now I will put a caveat on that. If you get an AR-15 Chamberlain 300 Blackout and run heavier rounds like 220 subsonics, you have less of a chance of over-penetration. But if you live in an apartment setting, an AR-15 should be secondary to a shotgun. I primarily have a shotgun with buckshot as my home defense gun primary. Sandhawk is way out of my budget, Stone. Yeah, it's out of my budget too. How about a German-made SIG 45 at 220? Absolutely, I love those. I've had a few German-made SIGs. Actually, all SIGs up until 2008 were German-made. Any box you see that says SIG Arms is an import. Get Jimmini trigger on that Glock. It's great. I got a Jimmini trigger in that. It is great. Your opinion on the TSOS DS Mac Duty Comp? I'm trying to get one from SDS right now. I spoke to Jared. I sent him an email. They're super busy right now. That's why they haven't done anything. I asked him to get me a Mac 9 double stack comp, so hopefully he'll get me one, or I'm going to have to buy one. I have the TSOS version, the BR9. It's not comped, but it's a 5-inch bull-barreled 2011. But I did ask him to get me the Mac 9 double stack. What are your thoughts on the Apollo 11? Had one, traded it off, got that Canik down there, that TTI Combat from Canik. I traded an LFA Apollo for it because mine was the 4.25-inch variant, and I don't like the short guns. I didn't like their 3D printed grip, and the beaver tail that they choose to run with that 3D printed grip did not work together. I could not fire the gun consistently with one hand. Where can I find Para-Ordnance? Unfortunately, on the used market only. Para-Ordnance went out of business in 2016. I still think they made a better gun than Remington, who killed them, or technically Freedom Group killed Para-Ordnance. One thing to look for if you want an original Para-Ordnance, you got to find one that was made in Canada. That one right there was made in Canada. Is the SIG 939 basically a mini 1911? No, it has a hinge trigger, not a straight linear pull. How much was the PC? It's been built over time. A lot of parts have been bought and sold to pay for it, so I don't know. If I went to duplicate it right now, it's probably like a $2,000 computer. It's not that expensive. Does your store sell more compact 2011s in regular size? No, actually, I haven't been doing any sales out of the store, so people can order whatever they want from me, but I don't have in store right now. Thank you. You're welcome. You can rack the 939 and 239 with the safety on it. Mimics the style and look, but the internals are different. So there you go. I would love an AR-15, but Cali neutered them with restrictions. It's laughable. The easiest thing I can tell you, California guys, unless you are locked there due to marriage or a prison sentence, fucking move. If enough people move out of California or threaten to move out of California, you might not even have to do it. Just threaten to move out of California. Get them to change the laws. You guys determine what California does. But for some reason, Californians just fucking lay back and take it. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Stop it. When you move, please don't vote the same way. Well, I was thinking about getting the Steyr M9A2. The sights are different, and honestly, I really like it, but I want to know what you think. If you're talking about the one that had like the pyramid-style sights, the grip angle is different, so you're going to have to get used to that. It's almost Glockish, but I heard the guns themselves are good. Ake, his Night Stalker.
Oh yeah, so that Night Stalker there, Stonehaven actually owned it for a year. I sold it to him and convinced him to get it back. That gun is a really nice starter one. They don't manufacture the Gen 1 anymore. They made a lot of improvements and shored up some of their shortcomings, but that's a good gun. Get a Mini 14 if you're in Cali. According to Mouse, if you keep traditional stock, you don't have to run the limited mags. That's true. Can't buy an AR-15 in Illinois either. I thought you could trade and sell the old ones, the ones that were already in the state. Is that true? MJ reference, you did that good. Thank you. I was hoping somebody would get it. Oh yeah, comp. Yep. Llama, I was told that you were streaming earlier. How you doing, brother? How you doing tonight? Yo, do you have a Desert Eagle? If so, can you show us? Number one, I can't get guns that are not behind me, and I can't pick up guns on live stream. YouTube is a bunch of cracker-ass motherfuckers. Number two, I no longer have my Desert Eagle. I sold my Desert Eagle because it was not financially manageable, because my friends loved shooting my Desert Eagle. They hated paying for the ammo. And by hated paying for the ammo, I mean they never paid for the ammo. Holy, the live is doing good tonight. Yeah, my buddy Abu Shiri, who came in last week and raided us and actually helped us last week, came in tonight and hit me with 2 raids tonight, man. He said that they are normally a troll Discord, like they find channels they don't like and troll the shit out of them. But he came in here to check me out the first time, and he said he thought I was cool. So he's raided me a total of 2 times himself, and he got his buddy to raid me too. It's fucking amazing. You guys are awesome, dude. Holy, I approve. Ready to sell now? No, sorry, brother. It's pretty much an RPK. Yep. So that answers a lot. I stopped in and left a like, Llama. Nice. How many guns do you have? A lot. I don't know the exact number. I don't keep track. I had to count these ones. And there's 9 or 10 sitting in my store right now. No, you can't buy them new or used. And if you own one, they want you to register it with the state. Oh. I will do that as soon as I finish my boating trip. It's amazing how many boats I've gone through. You have a store? Yeah, it's called Wind City Armory. Right now I'm doing online only. I do have like a dozen guns that I'm selling right now in the store, but I don't have normal hours. I'm by appointment only. But my number's on the website, so call me if you want to stop in. I feel the pain on the DE, but ammo. Dude, so when I got it, it was 2020, early 2023. But we were still suffering COVID pricing because of the lack of available ammo. So my buddies were mag dumping a Desert Eagle at $5.50 a round. 7 plus 1. 8 rounds. $40 of mag. And they were all mag dumping my Desert Eagle. So think about that. We went through 500 rounds in that gun before I sold it. $2,500 in ammo. $700 gun. That's what I paid for it. What got you into guns? For me, COD and films. So what got me into guns was in 2017, I killed myself, and when it didn't stick, I was forced to find a new career path. My buddy told me he and his dad were going to open a gun store, so he took me to a range for the first time. I shot some guns and realized that the catharsism from shooting guns was amazing, so I went out and bought my first gun in October of 2017, and I have not looked back. Well, regardless, nice to see you around. Joe's engagement is doing good. We got raided twice today. Absolutely, dude. There's been a lot of boating accidents going to friends down there. Yep. It's amazing. You got to frick off and wake up in 4 hours. Have a good one. You too, Ake. Good one, man. I'm going to stay on until 11, so we got about 10 more minutes. This raid is amazing. Thank you guys for hanging around, but I need to get a little bit of sleep too. So in about 10 minutes, we're going to go. So I'm going to go to sleep. Wish you the best. You too. Thank you so much for having your friend do the raid as well. I can't tell you what it means to me. Someday when I can return the favor, you let me know. You come in and get me. I'll make my guys go raid somebody that you want us to raid. Interesting intro to firearms you rock. Thank you, Dove. What's your favorite long gun, handgun, sidearm carry at the same time? That AR-15. It's a custom with a binary trigger, and that 1911. Those are my, if I have to carry a duo, that's what I carry. I don't carry a rifle much, but if I'm going to carry one, that's the duo. The raid is doing numbers. You ain't kidding, man. Nearly 2,000 likes, man. Got any FRTs? I do not. And it's not that I don't like them. It's just that I just don't like spending the money on the ammo. No need to return the favor, brother. I'm happy to see you smile. Nice CZ Shadow. It's actually not a Shadow. That is the CZ SP01. I just like the blue grip, so I got a set of G10 grips for it. But looks just like one, so I understand why. What was your first gun you ever owned? My first gun was a Rock Island double stack 1911 9mm 22 TCM combo. Basically that gun, but without the full length dust cover. When I bought mine in 2017, Rock Island wasn't doing a full length dust cover except on their ultra matches, so that one wasn't available to me. End with the MJ reference. Okay, at least ask for feet pics. Lol. Can't pick up guns, but you can smoke weed on stream. Well, that's because they can't prove it's weed. When we finally get smell-o-vision, they might. Those are some good guns, too. Thank you. I agree. So my first gun was supposed to be a Ruger SR9 Compact, but I actually wound up changing my mind at the last second. So I went into my buddy's shop, right? And he knew that I had committed suicide. So he thought I wasn't going to get approved. So he's like, why don't you fill it out because you're probably going to get delayed. So I filled out the thing for a pistol. I instantly approved before I left the store. The next day I go back. I'm like, dude, that was $400. If I buy that, how much more money? And he's like, yeah, $250 more. So for $650, I got a double stack 1911 combo. Fluxing it because somebody in 2020 hurts himself with a gun, so now you can only show them, not touch. Unfortunate. Yep. You should invest in World War II vintage weapons. It's not my thing. I don't like them, so I don't want to invest in them. I don't do this as an investment. I purchased these all very well. If I needed to sell them, I would never lose a penny on any gun on the wall, but I don't look at them as an investment. They are guns that I want. The guns I'm selling are guns that I want to sell. I never look at this as an investment. Because you can't control the values. You can try to influence them by like publicizing or doing blogs and shit like that, but you can't control. It's worse than gold and silver. Have you ever saw a rifle from World War II, and not exactly from World War II, but like a rifle that resembled it? I mean, there are some that are pre-World War II that look like they could have been World War II, but in terms of like stuff outside of that, not too many. Because honestly, gun design took a long break after World War II. There was probably 15 years without any real innovations after World War II because, let's face it, after you destroy the world and then you drop atomic fire on people's asses, your desire to create more weapons of mass destruction kind of goes down. So it took a while before a lot of companies started producing guns that were different. Opinion on the Shadow 2 carry. This is where you might not like my answer. I don't. And it's not that there's a problem with the gun. There is a problem with the gun, but the problem with the gun is that it even exists. Because the reason it exists is stupid. So, because we have the internet, because we have YouTube, and because we have clickbait, everybody was making a big deal of guns going off when they get dropped. There are literally hundreds of millions of guns, maybe billions of guns since the invention of the firearm. The number of times somebody has dropped a gun and it's gone off killing a person is infinitesimally small compared to the number of guns that have been manufactured. But because of the news, because of instant gratification, because of YouTube, everybody thinks the problem is much more prolific than it actually is. So everybody starts boycotting handguns. Oh, you can't use that for a security job. You can't use it for police because it doesn't have a drop safety. And then guys like Ben Stoger, good guy, great shooter. His channel is, he's egotistical as shit. But he does these drop tests. And he drops them in a way that makes them fire. Fine, great. But drop a gun like it normally happens. It's usually a dude falling on his ass, not following. 1911s and Shadow 2s will only fire if you drop them straight down on their nose. They don't fire when you drop them on their ass because it's a separate motion to drop the hammer and then hit the firing pin. A striker fire can go off when you drop it on its ass because its design is to release the striker to go up. So you have to drop a Shadow 2 directly on its nose to get it to fire. But because it got banned from duty use, the compact was restricted from duty use because it didn't have a drop safety, they created the Shadow 2 carry. That's my problem with the gun. Sorry if that took a while. Remember, gold is valuable, but you can't eat it. You can eat gold. Goldschlager. Plenty that you would happily trade you some of their gold for your food or ammo. Yep. You know the story about the creation of the NATO G3 rifle. No, I don't. Like Call of Duty, but in real life. Pretty much. It's only worth what somebody will pay you. Exactly. Is it wrong to believe in never selling a personal gun? Nope. If you have the financial stability and the wherewithal to not sell a firearm, I don't blame you. Like, I will never sell that AR-15. I will never sell my grandfather's 30-30. I will never sell some of the guns. Like, that SIG, I'd put it up for sale because I wanted to buy a reserve, but I backed off because I realized how much I liked the gun. But that gun was technically a gift. It was more of a hiring bonus for a store that never opened, so I don't owe anybody. But like that Chris Sphinx is never going to be for sale. My Gersons, I admit, I tried to sell it to Stone, and I backed out because I'm a pussy. But yeah, some of my guns will never be sold. Can you remove the drop safety? You can, but you have to put in a blocking plate to make it work right, otherwise the gun rattles. You can replace the firing, you can take out the firing pin block and just run a straight original CZ Shadow 2 firing pin in it without the hole in it for the drop safety, and it will work, but the gun is going to be rattly because you have to also remove the drop safety mechanism out of the internals. How many handguns do you have right now? I don't know. There's 30-something behind me. That's all I know for sure. You'll never sell anyone else that Gerson X. Ah, that's true. The NATO G3 was created by the Nazis as I believe the STG-49, but the USA got the schematics and shared them with all the NATOs and improvised it into its modern variant. Interesting. Didn't know that one. Thanks for another great live. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate it, man. Tommy has always been a big supporter of the channel as well. Thank you very much. As you guys are leaving, if you can do me a favor, hit that like button. It looks like you already did, but if you guys can just make sure you hit the like button so we can keep messing. Why do gun sellers always look scary like you? I have resting dick face. When my face isn't, when I'm not talking, I look like a dick. It's just the way I look. Wish you had that mentality with the TSO. Yes, I fucked up. I admit that. I thought it was funny when I threw it down range and I refinished it and I was sitting with it on my wall and I'm like, I'm done with it. I don't want it. That is the gun I regret selling the most. However, I can still get one. I don't know why I never did. I fucking spent money on a freaking DWX instead of buying another one. HK P30L 9mm any good? Yes, I missed the opportunity to buy one. It was right when I started working at the gun store, and I incorrectly identified the rails as plastic. They're actually plastic coated metal on the frame. They fully encase all the metal componentry, the slide and the locking block with plastic. I fucked up. It's a good gun. If you have a chance to get one for a reasonable price, do it. Yeah, I'll never get rid of the TSO. He totally freaked up. Yeah, here's the thing, though. I'm going to frame you and your wife for felonies, and then I'm going to swoop in and say, hey, dude, I'll take the guns off your hand. Wait, did I say it on live? You should shoot the camera. Yeah, I should. MPA DS9 Lock V2. Thoughts? I shoot USP and just order one. Masterpiece arm stuff is pretty solid. I've never messed with one in myself. Just scary that I'm 13 and insanely interested in guns, or is it good because of me doing safety programs? I got all licenses and get firearms and weapons as of this age. No, it's absolutely something to be applauded that you're taking a proactive stance on gun safety. That's what I like to see. I don't like to see somebody that's just a Call of Duty kid that tries to jump into guns. Congratulations on taking the safety courses. You're the future of gun ownership. Also, your generation is the one that's going to have to deal with all the bullshit that this generation is doing. I'm previous generation. I'm fucking out. I'm like a blackjack dealer going on break. I'm just like, I have no control over your guys' future. But you're the one that's going to make the new laws when you become an adult. So keep that shit in mind. Nightshade, what's up? Teach them young. It's good to see someone actually interested in it. Yep. Technically, it's still in your name. So if I hit it, no one will ever find it. Ooh. Ooh, I'm about to write a sales receipt because I know your name. How you been? Good, safety. Average gamer's 42 years old. I'm 46, so there you go. Do you have some illegal ideas since you're in the guns business? Something fun and crazy ideas? I wouldn't say illegal because most illegal things that are functional have already been created. I have no desire to manufacture full auto stuff. I've got a buddy who has an 0702 and he makes full auto AKs for fun. I just need to get him to the range with me to make some videos. The pistols I miss are the Smith & Wesson's Model 19s. Those were cool. Do I have an FRT? No, I have a binary and the AR at the top. I don't like wasting ammo. I'm a frugal firing fella, so I prefer to shoot semi. My cousin-in-law taught me a ton. He hand loads bullets and 3D prints gun attachments, so lets me know what each thing does. Good. That's a good thing to know, dude. Like I said, that's a great way to start and it's a way to get into it. So, so it's 11 o'clock, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for staying for the extra hour. Thank you to Abushiri and his friend for the raid. You guys freaking are helping this channel so much. You look at ATMs a little different, lol. Do you have a 1022 on the top left? Yeah, the one with the black frame, that's a Sharps Brothers 1022 chassis. It's the heat seeker. They sent that to me. Much love to fucking Sharps Brothers, man. Your RXM video. The RXM frame is doing well. I'm going to take the credit for all of his frames being sold out right now. Yeah. All right, see you. You got yourself a sub. Thank you, Monfac. Do you think about your home tour? No. Peace out. Love you. Thank you, Redneck. Over 2,000 likes. That's incredible. I haven't refreshed it. So that's freaking cool. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the raid, guys. I'm going to show you Rocky. He's asleep, and then we're going to go. Oh, he woke up because I said his name. All right, guys. 2,100 likes. Holy shit. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Air Max, you have a good night. Joey Z, another good one. Yep. Stone, thank you. When will you finally agree to sell me? Can't do it, Shub. Good hustle, though. Good trying. Thanks for your time. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Sloth. Everybody have a great night.